Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Weekly Planet where we talk movies and comics and TV shows. My name is James, also known as Mr. Sunday. With me, as always, my co-host Nick Mason.
We've opened a frosty can of content.
That's right. Every week we do.
Have a little swig of it.
Sometimes it's stale. Sometimes the can's no good.
Sometimes it's got that metallic tang. And you're how long has this been on the shelf, this content? A week ago? Yuck, that's old content. People have stopped talking about it.
Oh, my God. We've got week-old content here, Mason. Don't even worry about that.
That's so
stuff
much week-old
that was
content.
released just as we released our last week's episode.
That's right.
But it's stuff people maybe want to talk about.
Oh, yeah, something I want to talk about, James.
Okay,
Don't
here we
get me
go.
started. But the episode of Do Go On that I was on during the Melbourne International Comedy Festival,
what?
it's online. It's on the World Wide Web. It's on the information superhighway right now.
Wow.
You can go to your podcast catcher of choice, search for Do Go On. I'll be there.
Strap into your VR headset and
That's exactly
swim
right.
through all the information.
Swim through the file, all the file structures that look like buildings. Hack your way in with a fire axe.
Yep.
Find the one that says "Do Go On" headquarters and hack your way in.
Yep.
Get that episode.
And then listen to it.
right.
Was it filmed at all?
I don't think so. No.
Wow.
Yeah. I
So
know,
listen
right?
to it.
What a waste.
I know, right?
I was looking good.
Yeah? Slick, smooth?
Slick and smooth.
How greasy were you?
So the correct amount of greasy to be looking good.
Okay, great, good. That's really good news. Okay, people can check that out. Collings, who edits this, he always links it below. But in addition to that, there'll be time codes for all the topics we're going to be covering.
Oh, and speaking of topics, here's an idea that I thought of.
Okay.
It's a good idea. We tell people now what we're talking about next week.
Oh, that is a good idea.
Because we've decided for next week it's going to be the finale of X-Men 97, right?
And the rest of the show also, probably not just the last episode.
probably talk about the
we'll
whole
probably
thing,
talk about it in general.
Yeah, so I'll have to watch it.
I'm all up to date, man. I'm having a great time.
Oh, you're having a great time.
I'm loving
Must be
X-Men
nice.
97. It's terrific. So, that will be next week. But this week, we're, of course, talking about Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
That's right.
And, of course, we're going to be talking about the passing of Roger Corman. The first image of Superman for new Superman is revealed.
That's right. David Cornsweet as Superman.
The content train is slowing down over at Marvel HQ.
What? Is it, though?
Yep.
Is it, though?
Yes.
I don't think it
It's
is.
slowing down,
I don't
Mason.
think it is.
You can get off. You can actually jump off. It's slowing down enough
Okay.
where you can step off.
You can roll off with minor injuries.
Or get on.
I guess you can get on. That's an option.
That's what they're hoping for, I
Yeah.
think.
Don't look where it's going.
No. Just get on or
Yeah,
off.
that's right.
Yeah.
Kevin Feige's painted a tunnel on a wall and he's hoping that it'll magically become a real tunnel.
It could. Anything's possible in the land of movies,
Isn't
Mason.
it though? That's so true.
Some casting for the Fantastic Four. We're going to talk about, and maybe Dwayne Johnson joining the MCU. Rumour big time. Who knows? Probably not, maybe. The first images of Batman Caped Crusader. Trailers ahoy with twisters.
Ooh.
And, of course, more Lord of the Rings, which is what you want.
Lord of the Rings.
You said you want long movies.
No, I said I was bored of the rings, and then I lifted a glass as if to say, what a witty bon mot on my behalf. And then nobody said anything at the party, so I said it again louder. More like bored of the rings, everyone.
Now, were they talking about Lord of the Rings?
No, I wasn't even invited. I just showed up.
Great. Really good, Mason. You know someone who was invited everywhere, Mason, because of his impact on Hollywood cinemas.
Oh, yes.
It's Roger Corman.
Mr. Roger Corman passed away at the age of 98.
Oh, my God.
Good innings.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
When you see someone that says born in 1926, and that
Yeah.
doesn't even make any sense to me.
Yeah.
I don't even get that.
Yeah.
Explain it to me,
That's
please.
exactly right. Known as the Pope of Pop Cinema,
Oh, my God.
the spiritual godfather of the new Hollywood, and the king of cult.
Yep.
A trailblazer in the world of independent film, and also getting cheap stuff done on time and under budget. A lot of it was bad.
Some of it never got released.
That's
Fantastic Four, 1994.
Absolutely,
which you
yes,
produced.
that's right.
Yeah, absolutely. He acted in a bunch of films as well. He's in the second Godfather.
He's in the original The Fast and the Furious.
That's right. He's what else? He was in Apollo 13, apparently. That I did not know. So that's really he just had his hand in everything.
He did have his hand in anything, but also he, through either hiring people as actors or special effects crew or like directors or what have you, he launched the career of Martin Scorsese, Francis Ford Coppola, and he just apparently just last week he got to look at Francis Ford Coppola's
Megalopolis.
Like,
we got some footage of that.
We did get to see that.
Yeah. What did he think of it?
It doesn't.
What did he say?
He's not on social media.
Didn't kill him,
He's
did it?
140 years old. He wasn't on social
Did
media.
it kill him?
Maybe it killed him because of how good it was.
Oh, good. I hope so.
Yeah. James Cameron worked with Roger Corman, Joe Dante, Ron Howard, Jack Nicholson, Pam Grier.
God damn.
Just a bunch of people.
Just bringing people up. Love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if I recall famously, the movie Waterworld the script was originally written as a Roger Corman production. And when he was presented with the script and he read it, he was like, "You idiot! How am I going to make this? It's going to cost $1 million." So, and he passed on it.
$1 million?
$1 million. Well,
what year did he get it?
I don't know. Some versions of that tale are like, this is going to cost me $7 million or whatever it was, but it was not. Whatever Waterworld cost. It was the most expensive movie of all time.
It was like 100 plus at the time, or I can't remember. Yeah.
But yeah, that was originally meant for his production company. It was like, cannot be made.
No. I mean, it doesn't, because it's all on water, isn't it? When you're doing a Mad Max, you're doing them cheaper. You just find some dirt and roll around in it. Oh my God, the budget of that was $175 million.
Yeah.
And that was in 1995. Oh my God. Why did they make that?
Exactly.
Also, he started work at 20th Century Fox in the mailroom, which is that's a story that a lot of people used to have.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly.
Not now.
No.
You could maybe get started as a social media intern.
That's right.
And you can be like, lol, you Mad Max already? When? Question mark?
That's right.
Emoji?
Bored of the Rings? Not us.
No, Mason.
We're making more content.
No. No, not a good joke. Not a good bon appetit or whatever you said.
Yes.
So, incredible innings.
Yeah.
I just love that also he was happy to bring people up as well.
Yeah.
He wasn't pulling the ladder up behind him. I mean, look at all the names that he worked with.
In the 70s, he distributed a lot of foreign films through New World Pictures.
Yep.
So he brought Peter Weir to worldwide attention. Others, Akira Kurosawa.
Oh, my God.
Just getting it done, Maybe you don't love everything he made.
No, it doesn't matter. I don't like anything anybody made.
That's right, yeah.
So, that's who I am.
Yeah.
Great. What an innings, though. And 98? It's good.
Pretty good.
That's good, Mason.
Pretty good.
You know what else might be good?
What's that?
It's the first image of Superman, or controversial, depending on where you fall on
right.
it. It's not what I expected.
No, it's more texture heavy.
It looks like a Guardians of the Galaxy kind of esque suit.
It does. Now, let me ask you this. Do you think this is the final suit? Do you think there's 2 suits in this movie? I think there is.
There might be 2 suits, but I also think if you look at the knees are brighter than the top.
Yes.
So I think it's brighter than what it looks.
James, you do not have to. You're turning your laptop to show me the photo of it, but I have seen it. It is burned into my retinas.
Wow. You probably shouldn't have done that.
No, I did it on purpose to remember it. I blasted it in with lasers. It's clearly battle damaged. I like the image as well because it's not the standing arms akimbo triumphant pose. It's more like he's putting his boots on one boot at a time.
Is he putting his boots on or is he taking them off?
Oh, because he's like, I cannot be bothered.
Yeah, I'm
with
not
laser.
I'm not doing this. Maybe it's a good laser. So he's like, I've finally set that laser off, which is
that's right. That's going to end world poverty. That laser. It's going to laser everybody into equality.
Yep.
That's right.
Finally.
Yeah, it's got a lot of texture. It's got a collar.
Well,
which I was not expecting.
If you look at the different inspirations, like there's New 52 in there with the collar. The S is obviously we've talked about before is Kingdom Come.
Yeah. The trunks are there.
The trunks are there, which I love, Mason.
Some people were like, it's got some wrinkles in it.
I mean, it's real.
Yeah, it's a real costume, and he's sitting down.
Yeah.
Like, what do you want?
It looks thick.
It does look thick.
I think also, what was I going to say, Mason? I cannot. Oh yeah, the cape is apparently real in all of the scenes. Because often with Superman, I know with the Henry Cavill one as well, just CGI to look more flowy and whatever. And they're apparently not doing that.
Okay,
but of course, I'd imagine there would be a CGI Superman in some of this, and the cape would have to be CGI also. The cape would not be real.
No. They're going to get a tennis ball on a green screen and they're going to tape a full-sized cape to it. I think that's going to be cool.
Do you think this is a Kryptonian suit or a suit that his mum made?
I think this is a Kryptonian suit, and I think by the end of the movie, it's going to get destroyed, and his mum's going to make him a new suit, and it's going to be the classic Superman suit.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I think this is the only suit he's going to wear.
Interesting.
I mean, you might see flashbacks where he's wearing the original suit that his mum made, but I think this is the final draft.
Also, there's stuff happening. The anti-poverty laser is firing at the back. Who do you think what do you think that is?
I don't know. I haven't been reading any kind of the spoilers and whatever that may not have been leaked.
Okay.
It looks Brainiac-esque.
Could be Brainiac-esque.
But it's probably not that. Could be Lobot.
Lobot.
Yeah, from Star Wars.
Okay. He's finally back to get his revenge.
He should.
He's been planning this since a long time ago in a galaxy far away.
Someone drilled that computer into him.
That's
and he's
exactly
not
right.
happy about it.
It could be Solaris, which is a DC villain from the DC 1 Million crossover.
Could be a
Polaris.
Polaris.
Could be. It's a sentient sun.
Oh.
And it's
Well, at least it's a
upsetting.
laser. At least it's a laser. And it's a diagonal laser, which we love. I love
That's
a
right.
laser going in a direction that you don't necessarily expect.
exactly
How do you
right.
even combat something like that? You have to fly it at an angle.
Wow.
No, thank you. No bloody
How's he going
thank
to
you.
calculate that trajectory? Oh, he's done it.
Here's something I don't like about this suit.
Go on.
If it's high collar, he's not wearing it under his suit. So if he's like opening his
yeah,
shirt,
that's true.
he has to wear a turtleneck.
Would have to
Because
wear a
otherwise you'd see it.
turtleneck at all times.
See, if
yeah.
you've got it at like collarbone kind
Yep.
of, height, you're
Yeah.
fine. You can wear anything over that.
That's true.
You know?
Maybe he's one of those guys wearing a turtleneck with a button-up shirt over the top of it.
Yuck. By the way.
Or he's wearing a cravat at all times.
Might be
perhaps.
wearing a cravat. He's big as well. Like, if you've seen the photos of him like
Yeah.
training,
Yeah.
apparently he put on like 40 pounds of muscle or something.
Huge.
Probably naturally. He's also like 6'5". He's enormous.
Okay,
He's much bigger than Henry Cavill. And they said that they're going to get him to smash Henry Cavill into the ground like a tent peg.
That's right.
Yeah. And they're going to do it over Zack Snyder.
That's right.
It's grave.
Yeah.
Or into Zack Snyder's grave.
And Cavill and Snyder's teeth are going to turn into piano keys. And they're going to make cymbal noises as they get bashed into the ground.
Yeah, man. It's
Yeah,
an
that's
interesting new direction for Warner Brothers,
that's
and we'll
right.
see if it pays off.
That's right.
Yeah.
And they're going to put him on that train, the Marvel content train.
What?
As he gets driven into that tunnel, it's just a wall.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
Mason. That's terrible news for everybody involved. Yeah,
Not for James Gunn, though. He's laughing all the way to the bank, isn't he?
definitely.
That's right. He's betrayed us all, the true fans,
Absolutely. he
by
has.
making a movie that might be good.
Look, I honestly, I don't know if I love it, but also I want to see it moving.
I think it's going to look better in movement. I
Yeah.
think it's going to it's going to look better pre-battle damaged.
Yeah.
I think definitely it's going to look brighter.
Yeah,
So-
but it's not like uncommon for you to see like for it to have like seams and lines through
Yeah.
it. I think I just expected something a little bit sleeker, which it might look like in certain lighting.
But again, I do like the mysterious setup there of like, is he putting his boots on or is he taking them off? You know,
I
just a
think-
regular Joe.
What I think happened is that he did a big fight with somebody, maybe Lobot,
Oh yeah, almost
and
certainly.
then he's
yes.
landed and he's very slow motion taking his boots off. He's not like doing his super speed. He's like, fuck, that was crazy. I fucking hated that. That whatever it was hit me real hard.
Yeah.
And then the big laser lights up and he goes, that better be the anti-poverty laser. Otherwise I have to put my boots back on.
Yeah.
Get
I reckon,
out
you know what I'm thinking is probably what happened is he's fighting Lobot probably.
Yeah.
And then he just mysteriously flies away and everybody's like, where's Superman? Where's he going? Is he going to the Fortress of Solitude to get a weapon to defeat Lobot or whatever? And he goes back to his apartment there and because he's got a teeny little rock in his shoe. You know, sometimes you get a teeny rock in your shoe and you're like, oh God, and you got to take the shit and you got to like knock it on the ground
and you
shake
think
the-
you got it out the first time,
Yeah.
but you didn't.
Yeah,
You
that's
put it
right.
back on, it's still in there.
and just
it's in the sock. It's not even in the shoe.
Just buildings are tumbling down. The subway stations are crashing in through the earth, and he's like, "Where is it?"
He should use his X-ray vision.
He didn't think about that.
He didn't think about it.
He's
yeah.
been distracted with the little rock in his shoe.
Yeah, absolutely. So, we'll see. We'll see. My optimism is still looking optimistic. I would love a Superman movie that I like. Love. Just like, this is it. They've done a definitively good Superman movie that everybody can get behind and everybody loves and thinks is good.
That's right.
I want that. I want the world to have that. Is that okay?
That'd be okay.
That would be
That'd
okay.
be okay.
Do you hear this, Mason? It's by Variety.
How
Bob
would I
Iger.
know? How would I know? Until
Bob
you
Iger
say?
said, we're slowing down to decrease volume. This is about the MCU
Uh-huh.
and the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Oh, yes.
And go to probably 2 TV series a year instead of what had become 4, and reduce our film output to maybe 4 a year, from maybe 4 a year to 2, or a maximum
Okay.
of 3.
I feel like most years they've put out 3.
You might be right, actually. It's just more TV shows.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I feel a 3 is pretty standard issue for Marvel. 3
Okay,
a
let me
year.
check this out. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, what are we getting this year? We're getting 1 this year, aren't we? Getting just Deadpool.
Just Deadpool plus, the MCU movies, Kraven the Hunter and Venom 3.
Oh yeah, those are
and,
good movies, aren't they?
Where they're going to re-release Madam Web.
Uh-huh.
Sweep the box office again.
You're probably right, actually. So next year we're getting Thunderbolts,
Mm-hmm.
and then Fantastic Four, and then Blade,
Yes.
which is not coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and Captain America 4. So that's 4 next year. That
Yep.
cannot be true then. This year we're only getting Deadpool and Wolverine.
Mm.
Last year, you're right, we had 3 Ant-Man, Guardians, and the Marvels.
I knew it.
Year before that we had 3 Doctor Strange, Love and Thunder, Black Panther.
Uh-huh.
Year before that we had 4 with Spider-Man, Eternals, Shang-Chi,
Mm.
Black Widow, And the year before that, well, there wasn't because it was 2020 and something happened. I can't remember what. There was 3. Yeah, it's usually 3.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of Fantastic Four, I don't know if you wrote this down. We got the Galactus cast.
Yes, Mason, that was my next bit of news.
Well, I'm scooped it up.
Don't
and now
scoop
it
it
looks
up.
like you haven't known this. You
I
didn't know
think you'll
this.
find that I did note it, actually.
I don't know if you did notice.
But before we get to that, it was my next bit of news that you picked up off the ground.
That's right.
I didn't drop it even. Maybe I did. But what do you think about that? I think they just mean TV output, right?
Yeah, I think so too, yeah.
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 So that's not surprising at all. I don't need a million Marvel shows. I think that this doesn't extend to animated stuff either.
Here's the thing, though. I kind of need a million Marvel shows.
Why?
Just in case
Because what?
I want to watch one.
Because you go on a hot date and they want to watch a million Marvel shows?
Yeah, probably.
You're like,
Something-
I don't have a million Marvel shows.
Exactly. And then
Got
they leave.
none.
You know?
Yeah, but they got 2 a year or whatever.
Right?
Look like an idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair
Then
enough.
I've got a million. You
You
know?
got a million, luckily.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
And again, it's not my money, so if they want to just churn them out, I don't care.
you're right.
Yeah.
So what do we got? So that Ironheart, I think, is filmed or mostly filmed.
Okay. Daredevil.
Daredevil is filming or is mostly filmed and then got retooled.
Yeah.
Etc. Probably others. So we'll just say, I don't know. I don't need a million Marvel shows, Mason.
I do.
Okay.
On account of all the
the reasons that
Yeah,
you
all the
wanted,
reasons, you know.
the scenario I said.
Exactly, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I'll be honest, I didn't really have a reason for it before that, so I'm glad you jumped in with a reason there.
Just a reason.
Just a reason.
Doesn't mean anything.
No, that's right.
It's by THR and not you. Ralph Ineson is playing Galactus.
That's right.
Big Galactus, big face. He was recently the Green Knight.
Yes.
He's also Finchy in The Office,
He is
the British.
The British The Office. He's in Chernobyl.
He's in Chernobyl.
Yeah. If you
Not the real Chernobyl, he'd be dead.
he would be dead, it's true.
Yeah.
He's got a good voice for Galactus.
He does.
You know?
He also is, what did he do recently? Something else, Mason.
Game of Thrones?
He's in Game of Thrones, that's right, yeah. Apparently he's in Harry Potter. He's probably a grubby guy in Harry Potter. He's in the Vivitch.
He's in the Vivitch, that's true.
Oh, he's in the Creator. I don't even remember that. Oh, he's in Ready Player One. These are all my favourite movies.
He's getting amongst this. He's doing all sorts of movies.
He's in Hurricane Heist.
He's in Guardians of the Galaxy.
He's in The Last Jedi.
He's policeman in Kingsman: The Secret Service.
I love Kingsman: The Secret
He's
Service.
barkeep in the Huntsman Winter's War.
Oh shit, he is in Star Wars. My God, man.
That's right.
Yeah, there you go. Good on Ralph Ineson, moving around in the world.
He's just doing like 5 movies a year, just getting in there and doing.
Well,
the
he's
job
normally
again.
not like the main guy.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
he
for
can,
sure,
he
yeah.
can knock out 5
Yeah.
movies in a year, no worries
That's
at all.
right.
I like that.
And he's going to be in Nosferatu and Frankenstein.
Inside their bodies.
He's been in The Bill.
Oh my God.
He played Alan Trent, Greg Sim, Robert Carr, Michael, Paul Gibson, Billy Wiley, Derek Crew.
God, that's an easy man to track down with a name like that.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
How many episodes did he do?
He did 8 episodes, presumably as multiple characters.
Yeah, man.
Because
That's
they,
cool.
you know,
Oh yeah, if you're British, you're in that. Even if you don't want to be.
James, he is in Good
So-
Night, Sweetheart.
Oh, I used to love Goodnight Sweetheart, Mason.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Didn't that recently come back as something? They did another one.
Oh, Good Night, Sweetheart Origins.
Yeah, good. No, but they
The
went
origin
back.
of the cupboard where you go back in time.
It's not a cupboard, Mason. It's an alleyway or something, or the
Okay.
back of a shop. They changed
Okay,
it.
all right.
If anyone doesn't know, it's a show that was set and made during the 90s, and it was a guy, and when he walked down a certain street, he would appear in
It was Del Boy from
It was
Only
Del
Fools
Boy.
and
No,
Horses.
he appeared in
Not just a guy.
1940s war-torn London.
Yeah.
And then he used that to have sex with 2 women.
That's right.
And other things.
Yeah. Didn't stop the water, did he?
No, he didn't. Also, John Malkovich has joined the cast of Fantastic Four along with Paul Walter Hauser.
Unknown roles.
And apparently there's rumors of the Mole Man, maybe.
Okay, they're both the Mole Man.
They're 2 mole men.
like
John Malkovich could be Mr. Fantastic, like Sue Storm's father. Sue and John's father, I guess.
Sure.
John Storm.
He could also be their kid.
Could be their kid. Franklin
Could
Richard.
be Franklin Richards.
Richard.
And Franklin Richard.
Yeah, well, he could be from the future. And he's
That's
like,
what I'm
from
saying.
the future.
That's what I'm saying.
That's why I'm watching that X-Men show on.
He could have gone in the
Someone-
cupboard.
yeah, he could-
Good Night, Sweetheart, and now he's a grown-up man.
He's in
or
the
something.
future.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool, man. That's a cool thing. So there you go. Big casting news. And we won't deny it.
That's right.
Here's a big rumor.
Uh-huh.
Now, I've decided to start doing it this way. On Reddit Marvel Studio Spoilers, the subreddit, they have what they've done here, the moderators, anytime someone does a scoop, they put down their accuracy percentage. Because I'll get people like, you get a comment like, well, that person's not very accurate, actually.
Is that from me?
That's from you always.
Yeah,
it's really irritating. So I've bought statistics and facts.
Oh, yes.
And facts don't care about your feelings, you fucking dork. So what we're going to do...
Well, that's hurt my feelings. How do facts feel about that?
They don't feel anything, Mason.
Oh, no, come on, facts.
They're cold and calculated. So this one's via My Time to Shine Hello, this particular rumour. And that person has 63.33% accuracy.
So slightly above a guess.
Yes. Exactly.
Slightly above a coin toss.
Yeah.
Okay.
From their 288 leaks.
Actually, that's not correct because that suggests that all Marvel rumors are yes or no.
That's true,
which isn't true.
Also, sometimes, you hear a rumour of somebody getting cast and then they don't get cast.
Don't get cast.
Apparently 599 stories and 288 of those are real.
Whoa.
So there you go. Anyway, apparently Marvel...
Or at least...
Good guesses.
Good guesses, yeah.
Yeah. Apparently Marvel want Dwayne Johnson to play Apocalypse in upcoming X-Men movies.
He is big.
He's big, but you don't need to be
big.
Josh Brolin isn't big, and he played Cable.
That's true.
But also Thanos.
It's so true,
He was big.
Yeah. And Paul Rudd isn't that little, but he played Ant-Man.
It's true, and he's little.
We could play this game forever.
Yeah, look,
Tom Holland's kind of little, and Spider-Man's kind of little.
Yeah,
or he's average, regular size.
They're about
Maybe
the same.
He's tall. I don't know.
They're about the same height, though.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. I don't know whether this is true. I think Marvel have definitely spoken to Dwayne Johnson over the past 10 years.
Absolutely,
about whatever. So, but I don't like this. I mean, he's big.
Yeah.
But you could mocap anybody big.
That's true.
And you don't need him. And
they did it with Peter Dinklage.
Exactly.
He's one of the littlest men in Hollywood. They made him big.
He's
big man.
He's not that
Very
big.
big.
He's not that big.
That's
but
true.
he was big.
That's right.
Yeah, and he had big steel hands. What an idiot. Get real hands, man. I don't. What do you think about that casting?
I like it.
Do you?
I don't hate it. That's my first instinct. I don't hate it.
The voice and the villainous kind of persona. I just don't know whether he's already played an Egyptian god guy twice.
That's true. Well, he's got the chops then. He's got the experience. Who else in Hollywood's got the Egypt?
Oscar Isaac. He played him too. But he's Moon Knight.
But that's Egyptian.
Ah,
they've both got infinite amounts of Egyptian experience and playing Apocalypse experience. They probably both fought him in Marvel versus Capcom.
They probably did. Yeah. No, I guess I don't hate it.
Yeah.
I just, I think cast somebody who embodies the role and is not just big.
Okay.
Is my point. And maybe he doesn't show up because apparently he hasn't been.
Okay.
But I guess
and then you get Oscar Isaac, I guess.
Exactly. I guess he would for this. So, yeah. I don't know. I just want him to look like Apocalypse. Because remember the Oscar Isaac Apocalypse? He looked terrible.
Yeah,
he was
just
dreadful.
Just a weird dude.
And he only went big.
Not even that big.
No, he went big in a dream.
Yeah. We want him big for real.
We want big for real.
We want all the characters to point and go, but we want to...
Are we in a dream?
No, this is real. It is big. This guy's big for real. You need an innocent bystander. You got to bring back the innocent bystanders, and they go, that guy's really big, but is this a dream? And then you have the X-Men in there, and they're like, no, we're experts on this, and he's real, and he's real big.
Yeah, we know when we're in a dream. We got mind
that
powers.
person's dead now.
Yeah, man.
I should have saved them as opposed to explaining the situation to them.
Nah, look, if you don't know you're in a dream, you don't deserve to live.
That's so true.
That's their motto, not mine.
That's right. That was a tagline for Inception as well.
Yeah. God.
That's what Leonardo DiCaprio says to his kids at the end of the movie. That's why you don't know. That's why everybody's distracted by the little spinning top.
He's furiously
and he's going like, if you guys are in a dream, you don't deserve to live if you don't know. You stupid kids. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's why I want to come back to America and tell you don't deserve to live, you stupid kids.
He was driven.
Yeah.
That's what was interesting about that character.
I think so too, yeah.
Look, if it happened, I wouldn't be mad. Like, whatever.
Yeah.
I just wouldn't. I don't think they should hang. I don't know. I mean, we've been down this road of like you got to be careful who you're casting, and he might be a liability at this point. That's true. Yeah. You know. And is he a draw, or are people like no?
Yeah, interesting.
But maybe it's time for a rock surgeons because people are sick of him or something.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know. What do you think? A rock naissance?
Rock Naissance does sound good.
Who
could? I mean, I guess you could get anybody, but like with Ralph Ineson, you need a particular tone. You need a voice.
Exactly. Who do
you get? you just get a voice guy? Is that the key here?
Yeah.
You know?
Sure. Get the guy who voices Megatron.
Frank Welker.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. Yeah.
He's good.
He is good.
He did lion noises as well. Yeah.
You get the woman who voices Marge on The Simpsons now. Exactly.
Wait, the same? Is this a new woman?
No, it's the Julie Klausner.
She's still doing it then.
She's doing it. She's
What? Oh, I was gonna. He's already in it. What? I was gonna say. Fucking. What's his name?
Oh, Wolverine. She could say. You know.
She could say that.
She could say that. Yeah.
Yeah. Lawrence Fishburne.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's
I
good.
don't mind that. And he's bald.
Sure. I mean, that's handy.
Or he shaves his head. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what he's doing. There you go. I've done it. Also, but he's already in it. He's already.
Oh, he's Goliath.
He's already
I
a
guess.
big man.
Yeah, but again, we'll
Doesn't matter.
Put him in the. Who's the lady?
What?
She was in the Eternal.
Gemma Chan. Yeah.
Gemma Chan. Put her in the Gemma Chan basket.
Exactly. Done. Easy. Too easy.
Too easy. We've solved this. Get out of here, The Rock.
I love solving problems.
That's right.
Here's a problem that doesn't need solving, hopefully. Batman Caped Crusader has its first images. Have you seen these?
Yeah, I have.
It's for those people who don't know, it's an all-new animated series and reimagining of the Batman mythology. It's got the team behind the 1990s series.
That's right.
Plus a few additional names, including Matt Reeves and J.J. Abrams.
That classic Warner Brothers animation series. So we're gonna looking forward to seeing it on HBO Max.
It's going to be something like that or something.
No, it's Amazon Prime.
Oh yeah, they didn't want to make it or have it or something.
Max didn't want to release it, so Amazon Prime have it for some reason.
Yeah. So it is set, we know this from the images and the information, that it's set in the 1940s, and that is to separate it from the 90s series. I wonder if it's set in like the Superman Fleischer universe or whatever.
Maybe.
Yeah. And all 10 episodes are going to be dropping on August 1st. Apparently Harley Quinn is Bruce Wayne's psychologist.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, so we're getting Harley Quinn before we get the Joker, which I think is interesting, yeah. Again, people are mad about that, but Bruce Timm has said, well, I created Harley Quinn and I would like to do this.
Yeah.
And they're like, boo, you're a
We're
fake.
mad.
You're a fake fan, Bruce Timm.
Get the real creator of Harley Quinn.
Boo.
Me. You know?
They do say that.
Yeah, they do say that. Anyway, looks good. August 1st.
That's right.
All episodes.
Not
as
so
mentioned.
far away. Pretty good.
Pretty good, Mason. Trailers ahoy.
Here they come.
2 of them. Twisters.
Aye.
Saw the trailer for Twisters?
I did.
Yeah. So there's 2 Twisters this time.
Yeah, I know. Hence the name.
Twisters.
2 Twisters.
Yeah. Now, we recently did a Twister commentary at BigSandwich.co.
That's correct.
And we said you need like a smug prick to show up in this.
Yes.
Because in the original one, it's Carrie Elwes.
yeah.
And he's a real son of a bitch.
That's
and he's
right.
he thinks he knows all about Twisters, but he gets sucked up into a Twister and then his
That's right.
car explodes or whatever.
And he's like, I knew this would happen.
Yeah, he deserved it. And we were like, who's smug in the new one? And we said
Glenn Powell.
Glenn Powell.
But he's already in the movie.
He's already in it.
So who do you get to be smugger against him?
That's not. It's just him.
I think you get his twin brother, also played by Glenn Powell.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Scott Eastwood.
Yep, sure.
I thought at the start, because at the start you see a Twister comes in, and I thought the person sitting next to Daisy Edgar Jones was Scott Eastwood. So her boyfriend Scott Eastwood is killed.
Yes.
And then
she's got to swear revenge against the Twisters.
yeah, and then Glenn Powell comes up and goes, "Hello."
Sure.
Yeah, we've talked about this before because like Glenn Powell clearly just came in and just took what Scott Eastwood was doing and went, "I'm going to do this." Actually,
That's right.
Which is very impressive.
I think so too.
Because he doesn't have a Hollywood dad, probably.
Glenn Powell? No, I don't think he does.
I don't know.
I guess Tom Cruise is his Hollywood dad.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I want a Hollywood dad. Who would you pick? Woody Allen.
No.
He's pointing to a picture of Woody Allen, which is his screensaver on his phone.
Not pointing. James, Woody Allen is my screensaver, so while I'm making calls and sending texts, I can point to it and shake my head. So people know I disagree with Woody Allen, all right? That's why it's there.
Okay, cool. That's a pretty good reason, actually.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah. So they need more data on Twisters, don't they? Or
They do,
something?
yeah.
Because there's been too many Twisters. It's some kind of freak Twister event is going on.
That's right.
Which people are not about anymore.
There's a Twister at a rodeo,
Wow.
you know?
You could just lasso it.
Or yep, that's certainly an option.
Twisters are catching fire and lightning in this trailer as well.
That's true, yeah.
This is a real geostorm.
These are like super Twisters.
Yeah. It is like super Twisters. Yeah. 2 Twisters become 1 Twisters.
Do you think in Australia there will be some sort of Red Rooster Twister tie-in?
Well, the Twister is actually it's a KFC meal, Mason.
That's not what I asked. I said, do you think there'll be a Red Rooster tie-in?
Yeah, I do actually.
Okay. And they'll set up a big wind machine and fill it with flavour combos.
I just don't think I can do the flavour combo anymore, Mason. They've changed it too much. They've deviated too much from the source material.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the source material.
That was my joke.
No, I made that joke. That's a joke I made. Swishing my glass around. The source material.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, is there anything else we want to say about this trailer? I think it looks pretty fun.
I think so too.
Yeah. Who's the director on this one again?
Mr.
Woody Allen.
Lee Isaac Chung.
Who is that?
The Oscar-nominated writer-director of Minari.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
And it's got Anthony Ramos, who, of course, was in Rise of the Beasts.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah.
Like him. So
I
there
do
you go.
like him too, yeah.
All right. We'll check it out. We'll check it
How
out.
much do you think this cost?
I can tell you.
Okay.
So it's out July 19th, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good time of the year, actually. And if I had to guess the budget roughly, I would say $200 million, according to Wikipedia.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. So this isn't a case of like a victory, a big box office return on this is a victory for low budget movies or like mid budget movies. This is still a massive budget movie. We're still in the era of like, we're going to put $200 million into this and see if people come out for it.
Exactly. This is actually a big win for, I'll tell you who, Mason.
Big studio.
Universal Pictures, Warner Brothers Entertainment,
Oh, I love all those
Emblem
guys.
Entertainment.
And David Zaslav.
Well, no, the Kennedy Marshall Company, which is spouses Kathleen Kennedy and Frank Marshall.
Huh.
I did not know they were married.
Wow.
I just
Got to
nobody
add another dude to your list of people you hate.
Nobody told me this.
Yeah.
How long has this been going on for? 1987? 2 children together?
Wow.
The fuck?
Wow.
I'm furious.
You should be.
Should I?
I think so, yep. How could she keep this from us? This snake in the grass. Not telling us she's been married for 40 years.
Congratulations. God bless you.
That's right.
And we forgive you. Yeah. Mason, last bit of news.
I'm ready.
This is more Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Look at him swishing his glass. This is via WB, all of this news. They've got a new movie coming out. Mm-hmm. It says one, but come on.
Come on, guys. We know.
It's called Lord of the Rings, The Hunt for Golem. Mm-hmm. And Andy Serkis is directing and also returning as Golem. Now, Andy Serkis, of course, directed recently Venom 2. Mm-hmm.
Let There Be Venom.
Yes. He directed Mowgli, which I liked.
Okay.
It was. There were 2 Jungle Book movies that came out around the same time.
Okay, sure.
I liked his more.
Ooh,
and he was the second unit director on The Hobbit, among other things. So he has worked in the Lord of the Rings directing universe before. Fran Walsh and Philippa Boyens are set to write the screenplay.
They're married?
No, one of them is married to Peter Jackson.
Interesting. They've kept that from us, haven't they?
Agreed. No, because I knew. Which they wrote on the original trilogy and probably the Hobbit movies, I assume, with Phoebe Gittins and Artie Papagiorgio, who are working on Lord of the Rings, The War of Rohirrim, which is an animated movie coming out later this year.
Okay, all right.
Now, The Hunt for Golem, there's a hint towards it in like the books and the movies.
It's Who's hunting Golem?
Aragorn. Because they need to know what's the deal with this ring or whatever.
Sure.
So they're hunting around for him.
And the ultimate, the finale here is he doesn't find Gollum. Ultimately, Bilbo finds Gollum.
No, it's in between. So he's lost the ring at this point. You see a little bit of it in the Lord of the Rings, and he gets captured by Sauron's people and tortured, and that's why they know to go to the Shire to look for Bagginses.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, you might be aware of this. There is a 2009 short film on YouTube called The Hunt for Golem. And recently, and this is probably a coincidence, it had like 15 million views. Warner Brothers removed it for copyright purposes.
That's right.
Yeah.
It is back, though.
It is back. But I will say this. Look, and it might have been just an intern or whatever.
Yeah. Or just like a bot that does copyright strikes based on
search metrics or something
like that, yeah.
But anyway, regardless, bad vibes, bad start.
Yeah, sure,
I would
absolutely.
say just out of the gate. Because people love that movie. I haven't had a chance to watch it yet. It's like 39 minutes long. It's got a budget of like $5,000. And even after this movie come out, people will be like, this is actually the real Lord of the Rings.
That's right.
This is a real Hunt for Gollum. This is it.
And there'll just be videos of people holding up the book and going, this is actually the real
Lord of the Rings. You don't even know.
That's right.
Yeah. It's actually, it says 3 books, but it's actually 1 book broken into 3. And they're not wrong.
That's right.
Maybe one day we'll read it. How do you feel about this? Bearing in mind you love or have seen Lord of the Rings.
I have seen Lord of the Rings.
I love those movies, Mason.
Sure.
And I don't think I'm in the minority in saying that.
They're an achievement, certainly, you know.
Okay.
No, I like them.
Okay, all right.
I'm not one of those people who does the yearly rewatch or anything
No,
like
I
that.
don't do that either. I've been saving we'll probably do them this year.
Yeah. And you claimed very boldly that we should do Caravans of Garbages on the original versions, the theatrical versions, and then the extended versions.
Yeah, so my plan is...
There's no way
and
this
you'll
is
love
happening.
this. Now
There's
listen.
no way this is going to happen.
It's a good plan, and everybody agrees. We do the Lord of the Rings movies at the end of the year leading up to the Wars of Rahim. And then when they release this in 2026, we'd watch the extended versions of both The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings, and we do individual videos just for the entirety of it. And he's shaking his head.
No.
And he's looking at his Woody Allen picture.
That's right. Woody would not approve of this. He'd want to do something else.
Yeah, he probably would want to do something else.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Different thing.
So, but that's years away. You don't even need to worry about it. And that's presuming that this is even going to be out in 2026. That's
true.
2 years. That's
That's a
fucked.
list.
How's this going to go?
That's right.
How's this going to go, Mason?
Again, diminishing returns hasn't,
Da Vinci Returns.
Da Vinci Returns.
He's back?
Yeah. I mean, when did Christopher Tolkien die? Fairly
Not
recently.
that long ago, actually.
But he lost, as I understand
They
it.
sold some of them to Amazon.
Yeah, and he lost his.
This has nothing to do with the Amazon show.
Before he
either.
died, I think he lost the rights were transferred over to a member of his family, and then he
2020 he
died,
died,
I
yeah.
think. And they're just look. On the one hand, if Andy Serkis is involved,
Didn't Embrace a Group or somebody like that buy it?
probably.
We have
that's
talked
right.
about
Yeah, we
this.
have. Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody with group in the name. That's not a good sign, is it?
A group of people can be good, though.
Name one group of people that can be good.
The village people. The village group of people.
That is, I do love the village group.
A
of
youth
people.
group.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
There we go. There's
The band youth group.
Yep, that's a good
Sure.
one too.
yeah.
Yeah. There we go.
Okay, you've proven me wrong with 3 perfect examples. But I don't know, man. I diminishing returns in the movies.
Yep.
Did people really love The Hobbit?
No.
Peter,
People don't love the show. I think the show started well and then it just got
Is Peter Jackson
uninteresting.
involved just because?
It's a good name to put to it.
Well, yeah, but also is it a case of because he did The Hobbit because otherwise somebody else was going to do it and
Seems like they made
they'd be
him do
way
it.
worse.
Yeah.
Is this a case of like, well, he has to steer the ship because he fears that they'll just put it in the hands of somebody who doesn't particularly care, and they'll like. Does he feel obligated because he made and everybody's
Maybe.
and I wonder if also he might feel obligated because everybody loves the original Lord of the Rings movies, and if he is not involved in some capacity, people will be like, "Boo, it's not as good as his,"
Yeah.
and so he has to be there to be like, "I endorse this, and I think it's going to be good," because otherwise people won't give it a chance. Is it that sort of thing?
I agree, but I don't know I think the extent of his involvement. I mean, they've just said he's producing,
Yeah.
but his name isn't on the writing or anything like that. Maybe he'll do some second unit directing
right.
or whatever, but this doesn't look like he's heavily involved. Other than just if it was everybody else and not him, then I think people would be more sour on this than they already are.
Sauron.
Thank you. That was my joke.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. You've never made a joke in your life.
Well, I plan to with this episode.
Sauron, everyone. Sauron.
I don't like this. I shouldn't have given him that glass of water. He's getting a lot of use out of it. A lot of swishing and swilling.
And it's at the perfect level now. The water level is so low, I can swish it as hard as I like.
As hard as you like?
Yeah, that's right. Look
Wow.
how hard I'm swishing
That
it.
is pretty hard, actually.
None of that's coming out of the glass there.
Man, very good.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean, I think it'd be an Aragon-centric story because it would have to be because he was
Very Aragon to think they can supersede the Lord of the Rings movies, isn't it?
That's my joke.
I've
And
done
listen-
it again. I've done it again.
Stop swishing it.
I've done it again.
Stop swishing that glass. Are they going to get back Viggo Mortensen and de-age him and whatever?
That's right,
Because
yeah.
he's like 65 years old.
Yeah, or do they get
Or
a fresh Aragorn?
I think you'd recast. I mean, they recast
Yeah.
one of the Hobbits for the Hobbit,
That's right.
the main one.
Do you think they'll get because the Hobbit crew, they always you always see them having dinner and stuff in Instagram. Do you think they'll bring them back? Maybe some folks in a tavern or
some
something
folks
like
in
that.
a tavern.
Folks in a tavern
Yeah.
in the background, something like that.
Bilbo's grandfather.
We didn't do it like this back in the old days, you know.
No, when I was in the Shire, etc.
Exactly.
Different carrots,
Yeah, exactly.
whatever.
Yeah. And then that'll be on the T-shirt.
Yeah.
We had different carrots.
Now look, I would love to be surprised by this, but I just don't know. I just don't know, Mason. Yeah.
That's the world of content creation we live in.
That's
They're
right.
creating this content, and who knows if it's going to be good.
That's right.
They're going to make this content.
Yep.
You know.
And so do we. Should we move it along?
Let's move it along.
Let's keep making content. We saw a movie.
Yeah, hell yeah, we did.
Shout out to Mitch, who I saw at my screening of.
Mitch the bitch, you called him.
I didn't call him that.
No, you did.
I called him regular nice man Mitch
Interesting.
to his face.
Whoa.
And also that behind his back.
Whoa.
It was very nice. The screening, of course, was Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, Now, Mason, on a budget of $160 million.
Mm-hmm.
Box office.
I'm listening.
Box office return for this seems to be, for the US opening weekend, between 52 to 55 million, another 70 million internationally on top of that. This is good for a Planet of the Apes movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's not at the peak of like Dawn, but it's on the upper end of the newer stuff. This is, at this point, time of recording, a great opening weekend.
Absolutely.
Unlike The Fall Guy, which had a poor opening weekend and looks to be dropping off.
I got some theories, James.
On The Fall Guy?
Well, just here's the thought, because you know how we were always talking about all the standard stuff. Everything's expensive to go out to.
Certain people shouldn't be living together.
Exactly. We have those thoughts. There's so much stuff out there.
Yep.
This is a thought I had.
Is a hot dog a sandwich? These are all conversations we have.
Then it's not.
No?
It's not.
It's a conversation
different thing. No, it's a conversation we've had. That's true. I wonder if it's also because back in the olden times, you'd go to a movie on the weekend, and then on Monday you'd go to work or school or whatever it was, and you would say, did you see that movie on the weekend? And everyone would go, yes.
Yep.
And then you could have a chat about the movie.
Exactly.
But these days, you go back to work or school on the Monday, and you go, someone says, what did you do? And you go, I saw The Fall Guy. And they go, what's that? And you go, it's a movie. And they go, is it on Netflix? And you go, no, it was at the movies. And they go, what did you think? And you went, it was pretty good. And then you say, what did you do? And they go, I saw a thing on Netflix.
Yep.
And you say, what was it good? And they go, it was all right. And then you just go your separate ways. You know what I mean? So I'm wondering if it's because...
Well, these are two extraordinarily boring people.
That's what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, like, because everything's so scattergun now, you don't know...
What's the thing?
And maybe you think to yourself, and because people...
every now and then you get a Barbie or a Game of Thrones.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like Barbie and Oppenheimer, everybody went to Barbie and Oppenheimer because everybody knew everybody was going to Barbie and Oppenheimer. And when you went back to your place of whatever...
worship.
When you went to your place of worship on the Monday... because that's when your wacky religion celebrates. It's on Mondays.
Yep.
You would know that people would watch one of those movies and you're going to talk to them about it. But in this, you don't know. And maybe there's people out there, in addition to all the other stuff and everything being too expensive, you're like, well, I could go and see The Fall Guy.
I mean, I already missed it and it's be on streaming in a month probably.
Well, exactly. But I would love to talk to somebody about the movies that I watch, but who knows if they're going to be watching it also. No, is the
You're saying
answer.
people are looking for human connection and conversation.
Yes.
But instead they're having ships in the night, boring conversations about different movies on different platforms.
Exactly.
Well, that's not the terrible theory, I feel.
It's a good theory. It's
why I thought of
maybe
it.
the most accurate. Wait a second. Wait a second. You did write these notes that I found at the base of my bed this morning.
That's right.
This is your handwriting.
Yeah, man, it is. And I think it takes like a brand or like a movement or event or something like that to
some
break
hype
through.
to build it up. Yeah,
Yep, I don't disagree. Content glut.
Content glut.
Yeah.
I mean, it is. It's the same thing of like,
Yeah.
there is so much out there, but it's like, how do you?
Yeah, and some people
get people to focus on the thing every week.
People are like, I don't know. I rewatched.
Yeah.
Fucking Dark Angel on the weekend.
The TV series Dark Angel.
That's what people rewatch.
The Jessica Alba TV series Dark Angel.
That's right.
Where it's the future and she's a genetically engineered superwoman or something.
Mason.
Huh.
What else did you think I was talking about?
I think there's also a movie called Dark Angel. There must be. Yeah.
I hope they're linked.
See, these people as well, they were trying to make a connection. They're like, well, let's watch Dark Angel over the weekend. And then on Monday, one person's watched 6 seasons of this Jessica Alba TV series or whatever, and the other person's watched the Dolph Lundgren movie from 1992 or whatever it is.
God, what a nightmare.
And they don't
This is going to happen with the Search for Gollum. Did you go and see Search for Gollum? No, I watched it on YouTube. It went for 39 minutes.
Best 39 minutes of my life. Oh, well, I watched this for 4 hours. I watched this. I watched this bloated monstrosity where the special effects were worse than in Lord of the Rings, which came out 2 decades ago. I don't understand. Why was it so dim? Why was everything grey?
Why was it dim and grey?
Why was everybody just in a medium shot talking to each other across a table?
Yeah, these are all great questions.
Yeah, that's right.
Anyways, what do you think the story was?
Oh, come on, mate.
In regards to Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
Dark Angel was a 1990 film starring Dolph Lundgren.
Wow, that's really good. I mean, you did say 1992.
I was close.
That's a pass.
That is
but
a
it's
pass.
not. That's that. You're not getting an A for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I would get an A for that.
No.
That's easily a 90%.
No, it's not.
It is, I think.
Anyway, go on.
Anyway, so remember the previous Planet of the Apes movies?
Yep.
Well, it's that, but it's even more further in the future. Generations into the future.
300 years in the future.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's right.
Do we know that for sure?
Yeah, they've said that outside of the films.
Oh,
yeah.
okey-dokey.
So I don't know how long an ape lives for. 300 years. So what's that? I don't know. They live as long as people? I don't know.
I don't know either.
Yeah.
Somebody should have said it in the movie.
Do you think they're getting smarter? Or are they staying about the same?
Oh, I think they're staying about the same.
Yeah, because I think they're looking for access to new information, and that will give them the leg up.
Although they can all talk now.
That's true.
Or at least the tribe we're talking about. So in this future, there's a tribe of apes.
Yep, they're Eggmen.
They're Eggmen. They raise and train eagles.
Yep.
To
God, that must have been a hard first 20 or so years.
Absolutely.
Trying to get this down pat.
Yeah, exactly right. And it's like there's three we open on three young apes, Noah and
Noah's two mates.
Suna
Yeah.
and Anaya, and they're young apes, and they got to do a little ceremony where they go and steal an egg.
Yes.
And then they get bonded to the egg, and then the egg hatches into a bird, and they raise it, and then they got their own eagle.
And they go, cool.
That's right.
That's pretty awesome, getting an egg.
And in this future, humans they call humans echoes, and they're just like kind of
remnants of the past.
Yeah, wandering packs of like non-verbal kind of
grubs.
Yeah, they're just grubs. They're scavengers.
Yeah.
They're dirty.
Yep.
Yuck.
They're always standing in water, but they're dirty.
That's right. How are they managing that?
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Put some water on yourselves.
Put some water on yourself.
I guess they would have very clean like calves.
Maybe.
Yeah.
You'd hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
But then someone shows up
Yeah.
and's like, let's have how much were you spoiling here?
Anyway,
there's
an adventure. It's going to be an adventure. This is a real cult.
Rival
yeah.
tribes, there's a human running about, and
That's
does
right.
this
If
human
you've
know
seen the
more
trailer,
than you think, etc.
that's exactly right.
Yeah, I would say if you haven't seen any of the trailers, stick to the first one.
Yeah.
Because apparently the other two like spoil where the human is from and all of this, or heavily imply.
Well,
so I didn't see any of that.
No, neither did I. This is a real call to adventure. This is Noah's movie.
Yes.
It's
his arc, if you will. That's my joke. That's my joke.
You didn't even realize this, but there's actually a story from the Bible called Noah's Ark.
Yeah?
You've just randomly mashed together two words and thought that you've made a joke there. Because I guess you thought the words sounded funny together, but actually there's a story in the Bible called Noah's Ark. It's about a guy who builds an
What's
ark.
his story? What's his arc?
It's like this.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's pretty much the
Is
same.
it Eggman?
He's a bit of an Eggman, yeah. He's collecting two of every egg.
Okay.
But yeah, I think what we can reveal, I think, is that there's a rival tribe of apes, and they arrive and
they're building kingdoms of
they're
disparate
there's
ape communities.
Exactly, and they come into this ape tribe camp and they steal everybody away, and Noah's alone, and he has to get on a horse and find where they've gone and get their revenge. Get his revenge. And how's he going to do that? Maybe he's going to meet some people on the way.
Maybe he is.
He's going to meet a friendly orangutan.
I really enjoyed this.
Me too.
Yeah. I had a good time with it. I think it feels for an opening movie, it feels like Rise was. It's kind of less like a self-contained story. Mm-hmm. This is very much you don't have all the information.
Yes.
And this and this is going to be kind of touched on in the next 2 or 3 movies or whatever.
That's right.
Whereas Rise, I feel like in itself was built as, the next movie is Planet of the Apes 1968. It could be.
Depending on how well this does, we could just say the next movie is Planet of the Apes from the 60s, or we could keep moving.
Yeah.
But this
is next.
The plan now is potentially 5 more movies?
Yeah, so there's a 9 in total, and then beyond that.
Yeah, right.
The reason that this happened was because they were initially maybe thinking of continuing like right after Caesar's story, which is touched on a little bit in this. But then Disney bought 20th Century Fox in 2020 or whenever it was, and they restarted the whole thing. And the director of this, Wes Ball, who did the Scorch Trial.
Yeah, he's only done, prior to this, he's only done the Maze Runner movies.
But what he was working on was Mouse Guard. So they got well into Mouse Guard, which I haven't read, but apparently it's an incredible comic, and I plan to read it. And that used a lot of mocap and like photorealistic like environments and all of that. And he worked on that with Matt Reeves, who directed 2 of the previous trilogy. So I think Disney they saw his work and went, well, let's put him on and Matt Reeves also, let's put him on these Apes movies.
Yeah, so this is the first one without, of the new versions, it's the first one without Andy Serkis in any capacity.
Mm-hmm. There's some capacity. Early on. Yeah. But no, he's not. He doesn't mocap anything. He doesn't voice anybody. As far as we know, maybe they snuck him in, somewhere.
Somewhere
Maybe
in
he
the
did a
back.
day on set
Maybe
or
he did
something.
a day on set. But I think the new cast is really good. Owen
Agreed.
Teague, that's a name I
He's the
recognize.
bully in It.
Yes, he is. That's true. Yeah,
I had to look that up. I
Yeah.
couldn't for the life of me.
he's in it, and in it chapter 2, he's in that episode of Black Mirror, Archangel, which is the one. It's the Jodie Foster one. It's the one where
Oh, he's in that. Okay.
he's the one where
He's the bad boy?
Yeah, the woman is too protective over her
She
daughter.
put an iPad in her kid's
Put an
brain.
iPad in the brain. Yeah,
Yeah.
iPad in the brain.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's great. I think really good performance.
And obviously there's a digital chimpanzee on top of
That's
their
so true,
performance.
yeah.
But they are also going to release we've talked about this, a no special effects version of this.
They say that a lot, though.
I think they're going to do it.
might
They
do it
say
this
they're
time?
going to do it. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
I think also it was smart to do this time jump. I think it gives us you get a complete clean break from everything before, and
Yeah.
there are remnants of it because Caesar has become even more of this mythic,
Yeah.
like Moses-like figure, which they built towards in the previous movie.
Yeah.
But I liked seeing this world like cities and structures, and how everything is kind of coming together 300 years.
They built
on.
a real Donkey Kong country.
They
haven't
really did. It looks like a Donkey Kong country, multiple levels.
That's right.
Yeah, which I quite enjoyed.
His dad is Cranky Kong.
Boy, was he.
Also, we got Lydia Peckham, who doesn't have a Wikipedia page, as Suna, so she's quite new, seemingly. We got Eka Darville is in this. Eka Darville is Jessica Jones's friend in Jessica Jones.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did not know that. Okay, cool. All right.
Australia's own.
Australia's own. Well, this was filmed in Sydney.
There you go.
They used that tunnel. If anyone's seen Mr. In Between, which I highly recommend, that tunnel's in it. This is an Australian-ass looking movie.
Oh,
This
yeah.
is so Australian. There's so many gum trees in this, Mason.
Yeah.
Took me right out of it. What is this
right.
supposed to be, Australia?
Yeah.
Yeah. How could it be even?
That's right.
But yeah, it's so Australian.
Maybe in future installments we'll get to look at what the apes are up to in other countries.
Yes.
Because thus far it's just been the United States.
I mean, because as we sort of know from the previous movie, and we're looking at war this week for Caravan of Garbage, the virus that infects people also infects apes. So it is infecting. It has infected apes the world over.
That's right.
So they're growing intelligent, but they're growing intelligent independently of each
That's
other.
right, yeah.
So only it would be like the Americas, I guess, where you would have this influence of Caesar, whereas in other parts of the world they'd have their own version of that. And not sign language, and maybe they don't speak English and etc. You know,
Maybe they speak French.
maybe they speak French.
Yeah.
Yuck, Mason.
That's right.
There's also the actor who plays Raka is really good. Who's an orangutan that they come across on the journeys, and he's a true believer in Caesar because there's the main villain, I guess, is a guy called Proxima Caesar, who's played by Kevin
Durant.
He's really good.
Yeah.
He's amazing in this,
And he's kind of he has taken the teaching of Caesar and sort of twisted it, but he doesn't say it outright, but the implication is he's embodying Caesar, like the spirit of Caesar, and he's building his own kingdom, and everybody, he's gathering up all the apes so he can.
But he didn't even see those movies. I did, and he's doing it wrong.
That's exactly
Caesar
right.
wouldn't have done it like that. The
That's
Caesar
right.
that I know. So yeah, loved all of that.
Guess what Kevin Durant's been in?
What?
Dark Angel.
Oh yeah, I didn't know that.
That's right, yeah.
He's also the Blob
He is the Blob. That's true. Yeah.
in a bad X-Men movie and whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd like to do some spoilers. I think
Okay. Well, look. Special effects are flawless,
Amazing.
as you might imagine.
good-looking eagles.
Yeah, lot of fun. How the plot mostly makes sense. Mostly hangs together. I think.
I
it's
think
good.
there's some information I would have liked to have gotten, which we're going to get in future movies about certain human
I think when we get to
characters.
the third act, I think we'll have some stuff to say about some reveals.
Yeah.
But I generally speaking, I think it works all well together.
I think I was expecting like a bigger twist around the human character.
Yeah, right.
I didn't think it was like the astronaut situation. So I
yeah.
think we're not there yet. We're still like a fair way off that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought it was interesting. But
Yeah.
anyway, spoilers.
Okay. Best movie
Best
ever.
movie ever. I really
Bit of
enjoyed
fun.
it. It's long, but it didn't. I think it takes the time for you to get to know the characters in a way that works.
That's
and
right.
they're endearing and
Yeah.
stakes, and when
Yeah,
things
yeah.
happen to them, you care and all of
yeah.
that, which I appreciated. Yeah. Oh yeah. So there's a guy called Raka who's is an orangutan they come across who. He's doing the real teachings of Caesar
That's
and like
right, yeah.
apes together strong and ape doesn't kill ape and all of that.
yeah.
And they're more. Oh, how do you feel about this? We can talk about this. They're more talky in this.
They are,
but
yeah.
there is the kind of there's like a breathiness to the way that they talk where
Uh-huh,
it's not complete. There's not a complete kind of flow to it yet. It's still a bit kind of like in between, which I like. I think that's a good kind of step towards where we get to original Planet of the Apes and they're just like, hello everybody. I'm an ape. I talk like this. Yeah. Best movie ever.
Best movie ever. All right, it's big time spoiler time, folks.
Yeah,
We're going to do some big spoilers. Big spoiler time.
Let's go.
So along the way, Noah runs into a woman, and you're like, she's slightly different from the others.
She's wearing pants.
She's got a pair of jeans on.
Yeah.
Nice pair of...
Is this an astronaut in jeans?
That's right.
No.
She's got NASA-issued jeans on.
I thought they were going to do she got out of a pod or something.
Oh, right.
Like she was in a cryo experiment or something. Uh-huh. But it's not that.
No, and so he's very surprised.
And also I'm glad that's not that.
Yeah. She can talk, and initially you're like, oh, is it just a few words? No, she can talk. And she claims
she talks American English.
That's right. She claims she's from maybe a village from some distance away, and she needs to get back there.
Yeah.
And everyone in her family died. And she needs the apes' help to get back. But actually, we learn that this new Caesar, he's building a kingdom around a human-built bunker from years ago, and because he wants all the human-made treasures in there. He wants the weapons and the tanks and any other secrets that might be in there. He knows there's something good in there, and she also wants in, because there's a SATCOM chip in there.
Yes,
she has been sent from. Her backstory is. Well, maybe some of her backstory is true.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, because at the end, when she delivers the chip back to the facility,
let her in.
They don't let her in. She might not even be from there. She might, or maybe they're not letting her in because she's contaminated now. And
I think she is. I suspect she has always had. She is a carrier of the virus that makes you dumb.
Yeah.
Bloody television, am I right? It's bloody TikTok.
Yeah. You spend too long on that. Actually, it's bad for you.
That's right. But she has no symptoms. She hasn't, so they can't let her in because they'll all get infected.
Yeah.
So I think she's always been apart from that. And but
I wonder whether it's a thing where like they have something over her family or something like that. It's
maybe.
Maybe
they haven't written it yet, so maybe get some ideas from us.
I think they've probably got an idea.
Yeah. So her mission is.
She looks like she has lived with them at some point though, because of what she's wearing.
Maybe they throw some jeans out at her.
They might throw some jeans out of a little trapdoor.
That's exactly right.
These don't fit me.
Stand by the jeans trapdoor.
Can I have shoes? No. The humans don't wear shoes.
Yeah, it's interesting because clearly they've got... Okay, so she's been given this mission by a bunker containing humans that have been there for hundreds of years, presumably, who have... They're hermetically sealed in.
It's a real The Show Silo Apple TV Plus situation.
Yeah, they're clearly far away enough from ape civilization that the apes haven't discovered them yet.
Yep.
And they've been in the generations of them have been in this bunker for hundreds of years. They haven't lost their ability to speak. They seem very civilized. They have all the technology, but they need some sort of SATCOM chip device so they can activate their satellites and see if they can communicate to the other nations around the world. So, I still like that one, but you can keep that one actually. You're gonna have that one.
Thanks.
And so her goal is to get inside this bunker, get the chip, and get out. And so she is using
and doesn't care about the ape civilization.
No, that's right.
Their outcomes.
Yeah, she initially is like, well, I'll help you get to this place, and you can help free your
I'll
family.
entertain your thoughts, William H. Macy.
That's right.
This.
Yeah, William H. Macy also immune.
Yep.
He's building he's been captured by the apes, and he's building them little tasers out of taser spears out of old light fixtures, I think.
And bobs and absolutely.
Yeah.
And he just is a guy from now.
Pretty much, yeah. That's right. Yeah.
I'd be interested to know like where is he even from, because it's interesting when they meet, they don't know each other.
No, that's true.
But immediately she's just like no.
Yeah, she isn't like, you've come from the settlement.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But she's like, I don't trust this guy already.
That's right.
So clearly something terrible has happened. And she ends up choking him out and killing him.
That's right.
Which he deserved.
Yeah.
Because he was going to tell on them.
That's right.
He was going to tell on them.
But you touched on that earlier. Yeah, she doesn't care about any of that stuff. And I thought that was an interesting take on this because there's no the previous movies were all about how
there were apes. The main ones, like they trusted each other.
That's exactly right. And how, there's some people in these, some of the humans want to help the apes and want them to work together, and some people are blinded by their prejudices and afraid, and they want to do this, know. And in this the reveal, of course, is that she's ready to kill them all. She doesn't, there's no coming together of these species again. And it's like, well, we could finally work together. She's like, I got what I wanted, and thanks for your help, but I will shoot you if I have to.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, she didn't even really seem happy about it at the end. So I wonder, like, was she doing it for the betterment of the human race at the end, or is there like a personal stake in this?
You might be right. Maybe she's got her family in the
I don't know. I have no idea. Yeah. Right. Which is, again, these are things where I'm like, well, I would have liked an answer to this, but I feel like we're going to probably get that.
Well, aren't you so intrigued then?
I am. No, I am. I mean, oftentimes if you get kind of a story where there's as many kind of loose threads as there are in this, you're like, oh, fuck, all right. But I feel like there is a direction to this, and this was a strong enough movie where
it didn't feel like really heavily signposted things where like you'll pay for the next one, won't you?
Yeah, I thought that was
also there's no post credits.
Apparently, there's a breathing.
There is a breathing
ape or something, but I did duck out immediately, Mason. I didn't want to hang around.
As if I'm going to recognize which ape is breathing in that moment.
You got to recognize.
Maybe it was Cobra.
You got to recognize.
Cobra's back in the news. I don't know if you saw that.
Why?
He's in all the memes.
Is he?
People are like, I wish Cobra was in every movie, and they're putting him in every movie.
Wow.
Because he's Cobra.
I love the way the internet works.
Me too.
Yeah, so with the weapon facility, so when she blows up they all floods and etc.
Yes.
So do you think that was their part of that being that like, and I'll kill this guy and free the apes, or was that just I'm escaping?
I think it's that, yes.
Yeah, because I mean they'd already set it up.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So I thought that maybe it was kind of both. It was a desperate kind of dash, and I mean, also his entire tribe, Noah's entire tribe, was also there.
Also there. I think in the moment she's like, well, I've got what I need, and it's for the sake of the humans, and I've got my family, presumably.
And no one's going to chase me when I do this.
Exactly.
I'm just going to go. Go and do it. But that wall of water and that, I love that whole sequence. And we're second time in a year where we get a little guy drowning a big guy underwater. That's Indiana Jones, last one.
That's true. The ape architecture is also starting to feel way more like the original Planet of the Apes architecture.
More musical cues as well. I feel like that of the
also we're gonna get the Simpsons style
exactly
musical. Okay, great.
Yeah, absolutely.
Why don't you sing about it, Noah?
Here's a question.
Go on.
How did they know that?
I'll answer it perfectly.
How did they know they were in the facility? Because they were waiting on the other side of the door. Because I thought it was going to be the mate ape who didn't want to come with him, maybe ratted them out.
Tipped him off, okay.
But it was just, I guess he just figured it out because they weren't there.
I think it probably took, because it takes ages for those doors to open, I think he just had time to gather up. I think he was like, let's go, folks.
Yeah.
Let's go, apes.
So, I mean, they should have gone out the other way, I assume, right? But I guess the idea was to destroy it. Like Noah wanted to destroy the facility, and that was the way to do it, I guess.
Yeah, because he was like, in water, destroy the facility.
Yeah. Yes. And yes. It was very alien reminiscent. I felt that abandoned facility and all of that. I think, Proxima gets pecked to death and falls off a cliff.
That's true.
Which is great. Mm-hmm. Do you think a fall into the water is that, well, there's two apes that fall into a water. Mm-hmm. Do you think I think they're both alive.
Yeah, I think that Caesar I think he's too good to waste on a just one movie.
And he could be scarred when he comes back. And he goes, look what you did to me, etc. Right. I've got one eye now.
Like Cobra,
he could say.
That's right. I've been looking at this book on the history of apes, and Cobra's in here, and I'm going to be like him now.
I can't read, but it's just pictures, and that's what I'm going to do.
That's right.
Yeah. What I do think is interesting about the advancement of the apes, that he's smart enough to know that he doesn't have all the information.
That's true.
And that if he acts as...
He's got an inquiring mind.
Yeah.
I think that's lovely.
Well, it's like us, right? If you put us 100 years ago, it's like if we were born 100 years ago, we would have that knowledge. It's not like we're not more advanced.
Yeah.
We're the same. We've been the same for thousands of years.
That's true. Mm-hmm.
So... But he knows that knowledge is power. His evolution is knowledge.
I recently on Twitter saw an old clip from the Ben Stiller show. It's Janine Garofalo as the B- time traveler. And she gets hurled back in time to various situations like, prior to D-Day or, Columbus's travels or whatever.
Yeah.
And she vaguely remembers a lot of stuff. It's people track it down. It's on YouTube.
That's what it would be. Yeah. So I think they're both coming back. I think they're both like popular enough characters. But no, I just loved. Also, I think that the Proxima, he's a villain, obviously, but there is this idea that
I don't know. I think he's got a lot to like about him.
Well, I think he's very charismatic.
He is. It's true.
But he knows.
There's a moment where our human character,
William H. Macy's character,
May, the lady character, fires the gun and
He loves it.
puts a round through one of his lieutenants, and he's like, "You got more of those?
Yeah.
More of those down there? I would love one of those. Thank you. I would love many of those."
Yeah, but I think he's aware of the threat of humans and how that. No, mate. He knows that there's smart ones out there, and he needs to be on top of that. You know, so it's all survival. Like everybody's doing their own version of survival. What do you think? Where is this going, though? Do you think? I don't think they're going to do astronauts or time travel anytime soon.
Oh, I really wish they would.
I mean, I don't think in this. Well, I think at the end of this trilogy, we might get a ship or something, or a hint towards it.
God, I was hoping for one. I was hoping for one at the end of.
Did you think she was going to be an astronaut?
Maybe. I mean, maybe she was an astronaut, but she was wearing jeans.
Yeah,
she wasn't wearing fancy NASA pants, for example, big white pants, big Michelin Man style white big pants,
big blowout pants,
big blowout pants. No, yeah. I would love to see it. Yeah, I mean, we got to tie it in eventually, and I would hate to see interest in this franchise wane before they finally connect it to the original. You know what I mean?
Hopefully, I'm just checking. What year was Planet of the Apes?
The first one, 68.
Yeah, but what year is it set?
Oh.
It's in the year 3,978.
Okay,
I mean, they don't have to,
a while to go.
They don't have to do that time.
No, that's true, yeah.
So it's, but I think if you're going to get to like that society, you'd have to jump like at least 1,000 years, right?
Oh, true.
Where they're building their own architecture and they've got books and science and
well, then I would
whatever.
say they're probably not going to abandon this cast of characters.
No, I don't think
so.
For
at least 2 more movies, so.
Yeah. And that's interesting.
That is interesting.
And then Mark Wahlberg shows up.
Yeah, that's right.
You know? Yeah,
hey, these apes, they can talk.
We were planning on doing, I mistimed the weeks,
but
I wanted to do the Mark Wahlberg one, but we'll do it in the next round.
Nice.
Whatever.
Nice.
So I think there'll be, 2 more than a time skip. Anyway, here's some reviews, Mason.
Okay.
It's from Russell Michaels, who says, #Weekly Planet Pod, Kingdom of the Apes is the best movie in this 4-movie series since Dawn. Absolutely hated Rise. Thought War was a disappointment. This one was very good. But when does Heston Astronauts show back up?
In the year 3000, we know that already. Everybody knows that.
And when do the apes start? When do the apes start wearing clothes? Best movie ever. Now these ones are from.
Well, the priest guy, Raka, he was wearing.
He's wearing a clothes.
Bit of a robe situation.
Exactly.
There, you know.
Sam in the Great Mates group says, who's a top contributor.
Oh, very nice.
Non-spoilers. I can't really tell you why I didn't enjoy this movie. I recently watched the last trilogy in preparation and loved. I think a lot of it was to do with the set up. Sorry, wasn't to do with set pieces, but more to do with the story and the ending of the movie. I also sort of struggled to tell the difference with most of the apes. In the last movie, you could easily tell who Caesar was and the rest of the apes, but I found it difficult at first. If I had to rate it on the Weekly Planet scale, it would probably be best movie ever compared to the rest. I found it pretty disappointing.
Interesting.
Harry Scott says it left me wanting more, and that's incredibly rare for a blockbuster nowadays. Paul Spooner says, didn't love it. I like the ape characters. The villain was fun. Could have done with more development. I was hoping he'd be Magneto for apes, but they decided he needed to be killed off.
Ape-Nito?
Just could connect to the human. He said could, but I think it means couldn't connect to the human angle. Why can they speak now? And it's been 300 years for humans being cavemen. How did they learn technology and languages so quickly? I don't know. This is my biggest gripe. I think that was an independent bunker situation.
Yeah, right.
I believe. James Harrison said, here's a longer review, but in summary, I think this is either the best one yet or at least on the same level as Dawn. Loved it. Mm-hmm. It's also got a B cinema score, which is
bad, apparently.
Low.
Yeah, that's quite low.
Yeah, but my understanding is that people seem to be liking this. Yeah. And it'll Furiosa's not out for 2 weeks, so this has got it might not experience too much of a drop-off.
Yeah.
Considering. And we tell all our friends about it. I've been telling people, like, what do you think of it? And I'm like, I liked it.
Go see Planet of the Apes and also go see Pool Man. Did you see this?
Oh yeah,
I think Chris Pine is running his own social media
finally
for
out
Pool
or
Man.
something.
But it's not going to get a distributor in Australia. Surely not.
No.
Unless Chris Pine comes to Australia and does some like local screenings. I would love that. We could have him on the show.
We could say, Chris Pine, come to us and talk about.
But
Star Trek.
he's done a little tweet here, and it says, "Make it a double feature: Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes plus Pool Man."
Very good.
Apes plus Pool Man. Do the Ape Man. And why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you do the Ape Man? Here's the thing about this movie as well.
Ape Man?
No, Pool Man.
Oh.
People are saying it's
Isn't
not
it
good.
bad?
Well, people are saying it's not good. But again, first of all, I think there were some walkouts at the Toronto Film Festival. And I've said...
Whatever.
Yeah, exactly. I think I've said this at the time when the trailer came out. I think some critics spend so much time saying things are really good because they get junkets and they get free stuff and they get what have you, that everybody is searching for a thing that they can...
And they can all hate
They can all hate.
Safely.
Like an easy thing to hate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so there are critics that say really good stuff about stuff that is obviously bad.
Yes.
Because they're getting stuff out of it. They're getting connected. They're getting...
And I don't think it is like his $10,000. I think it is the thing that you said.
And I think...
my voice.
And I think people are always... certain critics are always looking for something that they can safely go, hey, this is pretty bad. And why not you get a talented actor who's good looking and he's made a movie.
He's pretty good looking.
Oh, you got everything else, do you? Well, guess what? You made a bad movie. And here's the thing. Maybe it is a bad movie.
Yeah, it could be.
But it seems to be a movie that he is really invested in and he made it... He wrote it and he made it because he really liked... Just the concept, and I would rather see a movie that somebody made because they loved the idea of it, as opposed to like a.
His dad's the guy from Chips.
His dad is the guy.
Isn't
from
that
Chips.
enough?
One of the guys from Chips.
Yeah.
You know?
Did you see the thing how he auditioned for Ryan in the OC, but they said because the acne scars he couldn't?
No, I didn't.
I'm like, how is that even possible?
Yeah,
how
right.
fucking old is this guy?
He was in the Princess Diaries too.
That's true. He was. Wasn't he like? I like that though. I like that I made it and whatever because it like. He got $40,000 out of it, which ended up being 15.
Yeah.
God bless him.
But
I liked his Dungeons and Dragons movie that nobody saw.
Yeah, I liked it too. Yeah. I think he should come down.
You're down to clown?
Yeah,
with Chris Pine.
With Chris Pine, yeah.
Do you think he'd come on the show?
We would make an exception. We're always knocking back Hollywood stars who want to be on this podcast.
I saw some
for Chris Pine, we make an exception.
The Reddit were like, they interviewed Edgar Wright or whatever. Yeah, we did one time.
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work, and every now and then we get one, and more often than not, I just ignore it.
Some people are good at it, and we're not.
Yeah.
So, and you also have to keep going into different rooms.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. It's like a whole fucking.
They're like, go into this waiting room, and then they're like, a Weekly Planet. And we're like, yes, and they're like, do you want to go into this other waiting room?
Yeah.
We're like, we were just in a waiting room, and they're like, go in the second waiting room. Get in the room.
Oh, by the way, we're running 4 hours late.
Yeah,
Get
you've
in the
got
room.
4 minutes with this guy.
Get in the room.
And we will come in at the 2-minute mark and shake our heads and tap a clipboard, so you have to wrap it up.
That's right. I had an opportunity to interview, I think I've talked about this, Tarantino a few years ago.
What?
Yeah.
What?
And I'm like, I don't want to.
What?
I don't know. What would I say to him in 4 minutes? Like, hey, man, what's your favorite movie-making split diopter?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, 4 minutes is not enough.
I'm not good enough. I'm not practiced in that enough to make that anything.
Yeah.
I feel like I'd just waste his time and mine.
Yeah, I mean,
if it was like come in and we just sit down and shoot the shit, which would never happen, I'd consider it.
Yeah.
But even then, a waste of time for him.
I feel like when I'm watching various interviews with the red carpet stuff and the novelty interviews and all that sort of stuff, I always think to myself, I couldn't ask a question I couldn't develop a camaraderie with this person in the couple of minutes we have and also ask a question that is incisive and interesting.
Because you're so abrasive.
Exactly, and I'm unpleasant. I'd open with, hey, idiot. And then I'd realize I've made a mistake, but then I'm like, there's no time to cut, so we'll just double down on it. I'd say, hey, stupid idiot. Why are you so stupid?
You ever consider making a good movie?
Yeah, that's right.
You dummy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, okay, if I get to interview Tarantino again, you can do it. You can do that.
Okay. Hey, idiot.
Hey, idiot.
What's with the feet thing?
I think it was Hateful Eight. I'm pretty sure as well. No, I can't remember. Okay. Whatever. It's a while ago. Yeah. Anyways, that's our review of Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. What's the next segment of the show? What's it called?
Next segment is called What We Read and What We're Gonna Read.
Let's do it.
Ah!
I'm doing the thing. What are we reading today?
Oh, back.
Dracula Untold.
What?
Remember we were going to interview the cast?
Oh, they said do you want to interview the cast and crew?
10 years ago.
We have. I mean, there have been a few in the inbox. They're like, do you want? We get a lot of press releases for documentaries and stuff like that. And we're like, I don't think you've listened to this podcast. I don't think you. But yeah, sometimes it's that went back and forth for a long time.
You dealt with that. I didn't.
Yeah,
and it was.
Then they were like, they asked us for do you want to do some interviews? And we're like, sure.
And it was early days, so we're like, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. And they kept, you want to interview this person, this person, this person. And then after 5 emails, they're like, now send us some examples of your interviewing. And I'm like, we haven't done any.
Yeah.
You emailed us.
Yeah, we don't have to do.
Why are you so stupid, I said. Stupid idiot. That's what I said.
Because we weren't also like, oh, shit.
We'll kill your franchise. Guess what? The Dark Universe is going down. We're going to destroy it. Shouldn't have asked us for references.
And it was
sorry.
Because I remember as you were doing that, you're like, why am I email? We don't even care about this. Like, why are we even engaging with this? And I think it was just like, I don't know. It's interesting that somebody wants to talk to us, I guess.
That's right, yeah. But now we're sick of people.
Now we're sick of it. We don't want to talk to you.
Except for Chris Pine.
We'll talk to Chris Pine. Come on our show.
I'll listen to his WTF interview. It was good.
Oh, yeah. We'll do a hot ones with you. We'll do Australian hot ones.
We'll do mild ones.
The
mildest questions and the mildest wings.
From the mildest men.
That's right. So, did you have a good drive over? Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. All right, well, on to wing 2. Here we go.
There's 2 wings.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
All right, this is where we talk about what we're reading, watching, doing.
That's
Mason.
exactly right.
What do you got?
I watched the movie Challenges.
And?
I liked it.
Did you find it challenging as a viewing experience?
No, it was
You're
just like,
ooh, this is too sexy for me.
No, you just sit in the cinema and you look at the screen.
Which direction did you face?
Towards the screen.
He's good.
Yeah, right?
You have been doing this a while.
Yeah, but what I did there was I pretty much chose a seat at the back. So really that was my only option.
Yeah, okay, right. Yeah,
that's a little trick. It's a little trick from the pros.
Must be frustrating not to have the option, though.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
God damn it's really good. It's just a good people are like, oh, it's so sexy. It was pretty sexy. I don't know. But I think it was just a good just a really good character. A bunch of really good character work. And it's got the score is amazing because it's Trent Reznor, Atticus Ross who did
Social Network and
Social Network, Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem.
They're in other bands.
They're in Nine Inch Nails a lot of the time.
Probably.
And it does a really interesting thing with time.
Yeah.
In the sense that initially I'm like, oh, this might get a little confusing because it's like it'll be like present day, the week before, 15 years ago. Now it's 12 years ago. And now it's last week.
And then you're like, from what?
Yeah. But it does that in a really interesting way to reveal various facets of the characters and like, you first encounter these characters.
The challenges.
They're in a kind of a small tournament sort of out somewhere in a small town and then we go to a different time and we reveal more about
It's Wimbledon.
That's right. That's right.
Pat Rafter's there.
That's right. And then it's the Planet of the Apes future.
What?
Yeah, that's right.
And they're all dead.
They are all dead. It's true. Yeah, but it's very well done, I thought. Just if you're searching for a non-big blockbuster franchise thing. No,
I'm not.
All right, well if it helps, Zendaya's in it. And she was in the Spider-Man movies.
Who was she in Spider-Man?
Spider-Man, I think.
Nah.
Okay, well.
Not interested.
Well.
Because I'm dumb.
Yeah. Well.
What do you think of that?
That was pretty cool.
Well, what I did, we recorded, and it should be out now at bigsandwich.co. We looked at the 3 Mad Max games. And so what I've been doing for the past weeks is just playing through the Mad Max.
You've really committed to this. You were telling me that the video game Let's Plays, the Never Go Back, that's on bigsandwich.co. That's one of your favorite things to do.
I love doing it.
And
I want that to come across.
Yeah, you really do the research. You really kind of
I try to get good at a game so I know where a good bit to find.
Like if you've seen some of our video game content on YouTube, some of it is like we play it for 5 minutes. We're like, this is a bad game. We're going to give up.
Yeah.
These you're getting into it. You want to show the people
this is what this is about.
The premium stuff, and that's not hard with some of the stuff because it's like a top-down 8-bit pixel game from the
which we look
80s
at.
Or whatever. And then there's a 16-bit Super Nintendo game.
That's sort of a Mad Max game.
And then you played the 2015 Mad Max.
4 days.
Yeah.
But also, not only that, I played it, I kept playing it.
Oh, yeah.
So I played it after we finished it, which I never do. I normally just throw the thing straight in the bin. And I finished it, and it's great.
All right.
So we talk a bit more about that in again, if you're subscribed to bigsandwich.co, you don't have to obviously, but
that's right.
You want to support us and get some bonus stuff. Or if you don't want to do any of that, but you do want to play a good kind of open world game from nearly 10 years ago.
That's right.
Mad Max, where you build a little car and you got a little mate.
Right.
It's good. Really like it.
You do have a little mate.
You got a little mate in the back of the car.
Or, you could see a sexy tennis movie, Challenges.
That's right. You could do both.
I mean, I guess.
You could probably get it on the Steam Deck. Play it on that maybe.
The movie Challenges.
Yeah, that's right. And then play Mad Max on the big screen.
Yeah, or you could rent Challenges on your and play it on your phone while you rent out a theater and you watch our video on the big screen.
Okay, that's not a bad idea.
I mean, that's thinking outside the box, but I think you could do that.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Wow. So that's what I have been doing.
That's very cool.
Among other things. What about you, Mason? Is that everything?
Watch Challenges.
I'll be watching X-Men 97, obviously.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to catch up on that.
Which I've very much enjoyed.
Yeah, right.
Which I'm looking forward to talking about at great length, probably.
Yeah, that's right.
Or I'll forget.
Yeah.
I'll forget what I was doing.
Great.
Yeah. All right, anything else?
That's a lot. I think we should do another segment.
Next segment of the show, what is it?
It's called Letters.
Yep.
It's got a theme that goes like this.
How does it go?
The classic one was.
Oh, I know this.
Pretty good, right?
Yeah. I guess you could say that.
I can and I will.
We're going to hear right now. We're going to do letters.
Thank you to Rackham 424 for the letters theme.
Killing it
That's right.
every time.
Plays it live every time.
Yep.
We bring him in.
He doesn't
don't
like
pay
it.
him.
He
Yeah,
does
that's
not
right.
like it.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Mason,
Yes.
if you do want to reach the show, it's simple. You just hashtag Weekly Planet Pod on
So
Twitter.
simple.
Or you can just tweet at us, I guess.
That's right.
Or you can weeklyplanetpod@gmail.com.
That's right. Here's an email from Oliver.
Yep.
Hi, James and Mason. I'm a huge fan from Wales
Uh-huh.
and look forward to listening to each episode of my drives to the cinema each week.
Wow.
Supporting cinema or works at the cinema doesn't say.
Doesn't matter.
I was walking through town and past a kebab shop saying if you bought one, you could win an NFT copy of The Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh, my God.
My question is, what is, in your opinion, the weirdest movie to fast food tie-in?
God.
Or I'm going to say the weirdest tie-in of any kind.
I mean, the Batman Returns one where they had the toys and everybody got mad.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that was. I did a whole video
That's
on that.
tremendous,
That's
yeah.
pretty fun. God, tie-in. God.
Yeah.
I mean, the Jar Jar Binks lollipop.
I love
famous.
the advertisement of deep fried kebabs in Avengers Endgame or possibly Infinity War. It's Endgame.
Is that an actual kebab place?
Maybe.
Oh, you mean the Infinity Cones or whatever? That thing?
No, I mean in
There's like an actual kebab place.
no when it is Infinity War I think because when
They go to Scotland?
they go to Scotland and Division is
Wait, so this is you're talking about in-universe.
just a bit of fun, James.
Okay.
Just a bit of fun.
I'm lost.
My favorite fast food tie-in is in. I assume they do it in Burger King in America as well, but in Australia for Hungry Jack's they did the Dark Whopper, which was tied for the Nolan Batman movies. They did the Dark
that's
Whopper,
right. The black bun.
and then they did the Angry Whopper for the Hulk.
was it
So
green?
they're working both sides.
Was
of
it green?
No, I think it had green sauce on it, maybe.
No, it's not a lot of effort in that one.
Yeah, they
is
should
there?
have done a green bun.
Do a
shouldn't
green
they?
bun.
A green bun with
should have like a fist.
should have a green bun and some purple meat in the middle there.
Not beetroot.
No,
just purple meat.
Yes, you said go the extra mile. But
You're
I love
right.
that they were working both sides of the fence there.
Yeah.
They did the Marvel and DC. They should have done a bloodshot burger.
Oh my
They should have
God.
done the bloodshot
It's got
Whopper.
nanotechnology.
It's got
in it.
nanotechnology.
So gritty. You bite
Oh
into
my
it. It
God.
tastes like sand.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love all of that, mate.
That's right. They should have done the Invincible burger.
Oh, yeah.
And it comes on a little train and it drives through a bunch of innocent bystanders in the ad and they all die.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Let me check.
And then
Weirdest-
Mark gets the burger and he goes, yum, yum, yum.
I wish my dad
This is
didn't
worth
do that.
it. All the death of all these civilians is worth it because I got this burger. You could say.
Let me check. Weirdest tie-in advertising. Here we bloody go.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Dark Whopper's in there, but this one's a Darth Vader one.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, they can rebrand it, can't they, for anything dark, you know?
Absolutely.
They could, yeah.
Cowboys and Aliens something.
Oh, I love the sound of that.
Subway had, for one of the Hunger Games movies, try our fiery new sub and flatbread.
Some of these could be fake.
Check it. No, it's real. Chicken jalapeno and steak jalapeno melt.
Oh, yes.
Those classic Hunger Games meals.
That's exactly
Subway jalapeno
That's
food.
right.
I know it's jalapeno. 'Cause
Yeah.
I know someone won't get that and they'll be upset.
Yeah. Someone might say that couldn't be a joke. It's barely a joke at all.
Well, I resent that.
That's right.
I resent that. There's an Ecto Cooler, which is like it's just Slimer juice.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's just green M&Ms, but Transformers.
What? I never saw those.
New
The M&M's
strawberry
transform?
peanut butter. Yuck. Cowboys and Aliens Slurpees at 7-Eleven.
Daniel Craig?
You better believe it.
Oh,
It's
hell
a
yeah.
very bewildered Harrison Ford on one of those.
That's right.
Fiery flatbread. Prince of Thieves, Robin Hood Prince of Thieves cereal, but it's a generic Robin Hood on the box
Yeah,
and
great.
not Kevin Costner.
Nice, great.
Jar Jar Binks we mentioned.
Yeah.
That's it.
Nice.
There you go. Thank you, Jeff Somoji from dealnews.com.
Do you remember those little Happy Meals? I think they were Happy Meal toys. The little transforming
Yes, and they were
McDonald's.
little burgers and
yeah,
fries
little
and
fries
whatever.
and drink. I had a couple of those.
Yeah, man, they were
What a
pretty
time.
cool. I remember seeing them in the ads. I thought they were huge, but they were tiny little
They were
fellas.
tiny. Anytime I remember anything like that from my childhood, I'm like, I'll go on eBay. I'll get some of those. But inevitably you do, and you're like, why
Why
have
would I do
I
this?
done this?
Why am I the
Why do-
dumbest man
Why
alive?
have I purchased these?
No
There's
wonder
more stuff
everybody
for my house. I
hates
love it.
me.
Right.
Also, there was a double Whopper for Spider-Man 3. These guys just with their goddamn.
That's right.
There was apparently a blue Watchman condom
All
I
right.
don't know if this is a promo or a thing.
Well, they'll be bloody staying unused for a while, won't
Thor-inspired gym gear. Hydra-branded ice cream sundae. Nazi sundae. That's good. Superman, Man of Steel military recruitment ads. I do remember those. Wonder Woman diet bars.
they? Yeah.
Makes sense, I guess.
Oh, that time
dieting.
That time Marvel tried to make a comic book with Raytheon or whatever it was. Or remember that? What was it again?
No.
It's unrelated to food, but they tried to. A few years ago, like when it was like Marvel fever, like when they could do no wrong.
Yeah.
They did it. They did a tie-in with like General Dynamics. It was whoever made the B-2 stealth bomber.
Oh, wow.
And it was like we're the new kids on the block. We're in the Marvel universe, and we're like a new Shield. And everybody was like, no, and they cancelled it.
I love it when everybody gets together and just goes, no.
Just because they were clearly like
Not even upset, just no. Yeah. Oh, that's hilarious. I love that, Mason. Do you want me to do another letter?
Yeah, do another letter.
This is
Northrop Grumman. They did a tie-in with Northrop Grumman.
I don't know who those two psychos are.
They made the B-2 bomber.
That's a good bomber. Isn't that one of the best bombers?
Yeah, it's cool. You seen it? It's cool as hell.
Yeah, man. How much money did we make just then?
I don't know.
Probably a lot, right?
Yeah, probably a lot because we're promoting the B-2 stealth bomber. Yeah.
This is from Sebastian Alexander. It says, hey, Nick, James, and Mason.
That's us.
As Doctor Who is about to be released, I haven't watched that new episode yet. I do want to check it out. What event in history would you like most to witness? I imagine since you're Australian, you want to see what happened to Harold Holt.
That's the one. I saw this tweet earlier, and I thought this is a good tweet. Here's the thing,
I'd watch Harold Holt drown.
Well, see, that's the thing. Cause
you can't step in.
Yeah. For people that know, this is a pretty well-worn joke, but Harold Holt was a Prime Minister of Australia, and he died in
doing what he loved, drowning,
and they named a pool after him.
Yeah.
But some people claim that he was rescued by like a Chinese spy submarine.
Yeah.
Like he was a traitor or a.
I mean, how? Like they opened the door under the water and he swam in.
Yeah, he did it Indiana Jones style. He just hung onto the periscope.
It's pretty smart, actually.
Yeah, exactly right.
He did wear a whip and a hat.
I mean, realistically, we're just looking at a middle-aged man die in the water. There's
and
no.
I think he'd just go under and you wouldn't even kind of see a struggle. He'd just kind of
just go under and you'd be like, well, we're never seeing him again.
Yeah.
Are we going back in time to Australian history?
Yeah, I get. We don't have to. I mean, well, you know how time travel works technically because we're all spinning fast and it's like through space.
Oh, we end up in space.
We end up in the middle of space. So that aside.
Okay, sure.
I mean, Ned Kelly's shootout would be pretty sick to see.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I'd give him a gun. I'd be like, this is a
modern one.
New gun. This is a new gun. Good luck.
All right. Okay, sure.
Good luck, mate.
Yeah, right. Okay. Slip some of this Kevlar under your iron door shirt or whatever.
Hey, man, I'm actually a big fan. So
that's right.
I've brought weapons for you.
I have some mud guards with you on them, and they're pretty exciting.
Pretty exciting.
Yeah.
What else, Mason?
Australian history. That's it. I think.
Yeah, those
isn't that
two
all
things.
of Australian history?
Yeah,
I'm pretty
the two
sure.
things that happened. Yeah, I mean, I'd love to see like certain parts of Australia what it looked like before it was colonized.
Oh, yeah, true.
Just to see, it looked a lot better in a lot of places.
Yeah, sure. I would like to go back to Melbourne.
Yep.
When the architecture was nice. There's a documentary about it.
Yeah.
It's probably on SBS On Demand if people have that service.
SBS.
And it's about how Melbourne had like all sorts of cool Art Deco architecture and all this sort of stuff. And then they're like, no, we'll build apartments.
Yeah.
Everything's apartments now.
But that's cool.
Yeah, I think it's cool.
Yeah. What else you got, Mason? I've got one.
Okay, and I've got a joke. Don't worry about this, James.
Oh, I'm not worried. I wasn't worried. I didn't even call my mum.
Okay. This is from Harley.
Harley?
Greeting James and Meso from the best place in the world, Geelong.
I love your motorbikes.
In Geelong. Oh, Harley, I see. Okay, right. Not because he's a Geelong resident.
I don't know.
Okay, right. Yeah, he is. Long-time listener, first-time writer. Since you're both experts on movies, would you ever consider making your own film or short film together? Speaking of Pool Man.
Sure.
After all, James is my favourite creative.
Wow.
It could be the greatest thing ever.
Well, I'm not very creative.
That's right.
But I've thought about making a short film, and I've just been, I was going to say sidelined, not really, but I have family.
Sidelined with your life,
and
sure.
But no, I would.
But
definitely.
I think that's actually, in rereading this, that's an interesting turn of phrase because it is, since you're both experts on movies, there's a
difference though between.
But I know, but that's also,
and,
I think that is the downfall of many a person who decides they're gonna make movies. Is like, well, we're good at saying what you did is wrong.
Yeah.
So we can do it better.
And there's multiple examples of that being bad, but there are some like
in a previous generation of internet
Yeah.
personality prior to us.
Yeah.
there's been plenty of people whose personality on the internet was everything sucks and we hate this.
Yeah.
And you did it wrong. Now we're going to make our own movie. People know who we're talking about,
Yeah,
I'm sure.
there's a few.
Yeah. And a lot of it did not work.
And some even now
Okay,
that
well.
still do it.
Yeah.
But I think there are some examples of that going really well. Like the Raka Raka guys did Talk to the Hand.
They sure did, yeah.
That went really well. Chris Duckman has got a movie which he's getting produced by Mike Flanagan. He's got a horror movie coming out later this year, which has a lot of potential.
Somewhat related, that guy, Video Game Donkey.
Oh, yeah, he's
produced a video game, and apparently it's very good because he's, he makes funny videos on the internet, but also he made the bold proclamation, I'm going to start a video game company, and the twist is going to be that all the games are good. Yeah. And people were like, you can't do that, and he didn't make the game, but
but I think that's also recognizing where his skill set is, and it's like identifying good games and fostering like love in a community.
And also,
that.
at least currently, he's a guy who's come from the direction of loving video games.
Yeah.
He hasn't come from the direction of he's got an MBA from Harvard and he's like, I'm a nerd. Exactly. What's hot right now? Live service games. Let's make that.
Yeah.
Or like, we got to put $150 million into incredible graphical fidelity or whatever. He's just like, is this game good? Are people going to like it? Yes.
Yes.
Well, let's make that then.
And also, like, for me, and I think he's probably similar, and I think that's some of the Raka Raka guys and Chris Duckman as well, is I would just hire as I don't know a bunch of this shit. Like, I could look at a movie and go, I didn't like it that much, or I liked this bit or whatever. But I don't know this stuff. Like, I've never worked in the industry really. And so I would look for the best people I could to make something, Because
I'd look for the worst people.
Why? Wouldn't that be harder? Actually, it'd be easier to find.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. But I don't know.
I'd like to draw some comments, some YouTube comments in your videos.
Yeah, just pick anybody from that. Yeah.
That's
no,
right.
I think I'd like to one day. Whether or not I do, I don't know. Would you?
No.
There we go.
Yeah. I'd rather have a lie down.
So it'll be just me by myself.
Yes, exactly.
I'll put your name on it though, so if it's bad, they think it's you also.
But if it's good, I get most of the credit.
True.
Yeah.
Well, there also is that fear that like you make something and it's bad.
Yep.
And it's bad because my idea was bad and I'm an idiot. And that's
and if it's good,
it's a hard thing to swallow.
What movie trailer was that recently where they just photoshopped a guy into it a bunch of times? Who was that?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, if it was good, it would also not be because of me. It would be because of the team that was hired.
Yeah,
really.
You hired Peter Jackson.
I had Peter Jackson.
And Marlon Brando. And Ingmar Bergman.
That's right.
And
Video Game Donkey.
Video Game Donkey is also there. That's right.
Yeah. But YouTuber movies in the past, no, I don't. I'm not a fan.
There's that guy who made a short film recently about high school, I think, and Darren Aronofsky saw it and is now making a movie. I haven't seen it, so I've heard mixed things about this.
Well, the guy who directed Shazam started making like YouTube short horror movies just with him and his wife, and so that's
okay, darling. In this one, you get killed again.
Yeah, all right.
In an even more horrifying way this time.
All right, but low budget.
Yeah,
the lights will go out and you'll scream. But that's pretty cool. Anyway, I got one here, Mason.
I'm ready.
It's from Marquee Mark, but Marquee, as in like the structure.
Huh.
Yeah, pretty clever.
That is very
That's
clever.
actually my joke. Just lost my first my first theatre teaching job.
Lost
due to
it?
cuts. Yeah. Me and 11 other staff. I'm okay for the most part. I would have liked to stay for the students. Any advice? Also, it's Teacher Appreciation Week, lol. Well, they don't appreciate you very much, clearly, do they?
That's right.
Well, often in schools, like the first thing to go is like the arts funding, and also in society, it's like, we don't need this.
That's right.
We don't need this. We need a big road.
That's right.
But not theatre.
We need a big road. It's going to take 20 years, and we're not going to fix it once it's done. We need a big road that's soon going to be filled with potholes.
I mean, I don't know. I don't. That's not the kind of teacher that I was. I didn't do a lot of arts when I was a teacher.
Your teaching method was a lot of give up on your dreams. That's what you would tell people.
You know what I did do once teaching, and I'd love to show people this, but I can't because it's got like former students in it. Like 10 plus years ago, even more. There was a short film competition, and I just got this group of like odd bod kids together.
Normal children.
Jocks. And like most of the year level was doing like a big production part.
Is this a School of Rock situation?
It's a School of Rock situation.
Did you teach all these kids how to rock?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, okay, wow.
So they were kids who didn't want to be like in production and performance. So I took this group and I'm like, listen, there's a film element to this. We're going to make a short film together, right?
Okay.
And so we made this short film together, and they gave all their ideas, and we made it so about this kid who went through these different worlds, and each world was a different kid's idea.
Okay,
right?
cool.
I got them to film it, and like obviously I oversaw all of it. I was probably the most driven creative on the project, if I'm honest.
Right, yeah. Sure.
And we fucking won this this competition, and it was just and the production didn't. So all of us, like the whole thing was like the focus was on this production, and it was amazing. But we just kind of very quietly made this weird thing.
Oh,
we got like a screening in the city, and we went along, and they all watched it on the big screen and got McDonald's. It was fucking awesome. Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
You get an angry Whopper?
Yeah, I got the angriest
McDonald's?
Whopper. Yeah.
This story's full of holes.
Oh, the criticism was there was no like message in it.
Right.
And I'm like, look, I could have had a kid walk on the end and say, don't do drugs, all right?
Yeah.
We're not doing that. We're doing a weird parallel
right.
dimension
Don't
movie.
do drugs or you might go through a bunch of parallel dimensions. It'll be awesome. Don't do what I did. Just be cool and learn to rock.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, that was awesome. I really
right.
enjoyed doing that.
This is an email from Michael. His last email. My wife planned Judy Greer's wedding.
What?
Hi, James and Meso. I'm a big fan
The Planet of the Apes wedding?
Yes, I'm a big fan of the podcast and YouTube channel. I've been listening and watching for years now. After your last Caravan of Garbage, I told my wife, who's a wedding planner, that my favorite nerdy podcast talked about one of her weddings today, because we talked about it on the Caravan of Garbage, as you said. She wanted to point out that while Judy did have a Planet of the Apes cake topper, it was not a full-on Planet of the Apes themed wedding. It was just the cake topper as a nod to her soon-to-be husband's all-time favorite movie franchise.
Oh, it wasn't even her favorite franchise. She's a fake fan.
The real Apes superfan of the family is her husband, Dean, and when the new Andy Serkis Apes movies kicked off, she fought tooth and nail to act in one because she knew her husband would get a big kick out of it, which he did.
That's awesome.
And, of course, Judy has become a fan of the franchise through this whole experience, so there you go.
Well, there you go. A fake fan.
Yeah, she's a real fake fan, yeah. That's right.
That's fun, though. Planet of the Apes cake topper.
That's right.
I know. You know how things get blown out.
Yeah.
These celebrity stories.
That's right.
Planet of the Apes theme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your cake topper at your wedding was you as Arnold Schwarzenegger in Terminator 2, right?
That's right, exactly.
Yeah. And your wife was just your wife, but she'd fallen over.
I thought it was good.
Yeah.
I liked it.
It's good.
I liked it, mate.
It was fun.
Well, I can't have creative input in my own wedding.
That's right.
I just got this one from Matches Malognia, who says, I can't recommend Batman the Brave and the Bold, the winning card by Tom King with art by Mitch Gerrards highly enough.
Oh. Well, that was tense for a second
I
there.
know.
Because for a minute there, he was like, I can't recommend this.
Yeah.
But then, highly enough.
Look at this spooky page, and it is a spooky page. I'll check that out. I like Tom King's writing.
I do as well.
Cool. And that's my last tweet, if you have anything.
I do not have any more tweets.
Yeah. I feel bad calling those kids oddbods. They would, I don't mean like, they were just like a kind of kid that I was.
What we could do is we could get Rob Collins, who edits the podcast, does a fine bang-up job. We could just say right now, we'll do a clean one, just say normal children.
Jocks.
And then we'll pop that in. And no one will even notice, all right? But we'll leave this bit in, obviously.
Yeah, we'll leave this in as well. Yeah,
you know.
cool. Is that everything?
That's everything. That's the whole show.
Wow!
Folks. Thank you so much for listening to the podcast. We absolutely appreciate it. Thank you for telling your friends about the podcast, because that is how we get new listeners. And thank you for leaving a 5-star review on your podcast catcher of choice. James will find it.
Yep.
If you leave it, James will find it.
Yeah, that's right.
He's doing the Kevin Costner. If you leave it, he'll find it.
That's right.
Yeah,
and I'll play baseball with it.
That's right.
And it'll be emotional.
That's right. And he'll read it out.
James L. Jones will be there.
That's right.
This is from Ag15, 5 stars. It says, best podcast out there. Whether you like movies, comics, TV shows, or other forms of entertainment, this podcast is a bloody great time. Mr. Sunday Movies and Nick Mason provide news updates and reviews with a unique style and witty banter that leaves you craving more each week. Don't ever go back to any other podcasts. Don't ever change, mates. Thank you from Alex.
We'll never change or grow.
We can't.
Yep.
This is from Wiz Motron.
We're too big for the room.
That's right. It's from Wiz Motron, who says, it's all right, I guess. Nice. But that's 5 stars.
Yeah,
that's all
right.
we need.
Mm-hmm.
That's all we need from you, mate.
That's right. We tricked you.
Anything else, Mason?
Folks.
More things to say, no doubt?
More things. Absolutely more things. If you want to get into contact with us, you
can
go to Weekly Planet.
With his more things.
That's right. What is it? weeklyplanetpod@gmail.com? There you go. That's right.
It's the same as it's been for 10 plus years,
10
Mason.
years, that's right.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you changed it.
I didn't.
Didn't we discuss this? Freshen it up? New email?
I was thinking about changing it to a Hotmail account.
Yeah, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Very good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or you can go to the Planet Broadcasting Great Mates Facebook group or the Weekly Planet podcast subreddit or Discord for fun civil chats about podcasts and pop culture. Thank you to Fidel and Maisie and Sarabi for moderating over there and doing TikToks and Clips channels.
Oh my
They're
God.
all over the
I
place.
should
All over.
be so lucky as to visit those.
That's exactly
Which
right.
I do.
If you want to follow some people on the socials, first follow our friend Rob Collins. He's at Raw Collins on Twitter. He's at The Weekly Planet on Twitter. He edits this podcast, and he keeps you up to date on all things of The Weekly Planet. Over there, you can follow me on Twitter at Wikipedia Brown and on Instagram, Nick Maso. James is Mr. Sunday Movies everywhere. If you want to support the show, you go to patreon.com/Mr. Sunday Movies. You
Chuck in $1.
$1, $1 human dollar every month.
Or more.
Or more. Any amount you wish, you wish, and any amount you would not miss.
Maybe $9.
I've just come up with that rhyme.
Any
amount
amount
you
you
wish, any amount you wouldn't miss.
Okay, Mesh.
That's right.
Mish, man.
Or you can go to bigsandwich.co, sign up for $9 per month, bonus podcast, early videos, movie commentaries, video game let's plays, all sorts of stuff.
Yep.
James is putting in some good work over there.
Yeah, well, it's not just me. But
Yes.
I am the creative driving force.
That's exactly.
And I will
that's
be
right.
taking all credit.
Okay.
That's what happens when you're head of a studio, which I am.
That's true.
Yeah.
Big Time Idiot Productions Incorporated.
That's right.
With number one idiot, James Mr. Sunday Movies.
That's right.
That's right.
And next
Proprietary
week,
Limited.
next week, X-Men
That's right.
97.
Okay, we'll talk about
Make
it.
sure you watch all the other series of X-Men first.
You don't have to.
I
do
did.
that.
So you
No,
should.
you
No, I
didn't.
watched them all.
You're a liar.
No, I never lie.
Did you watch X-Men Evolution?
Yes.
Well, it's not even in continuity with this. What are you doing?
I just
He doesn't even have mutton chops. Wolverine, he doesn't have any mutton chops in
I
it.
just wanted to watch something
Looks
irrelevant.
weird.
Yeah, it does look weird.
It's weird in that.
I watched a bit of it when it came out, but I don't
right.
remember much of it.
Thank you to the
It was all right,
Basilisk
wasn't it?
and Rackham for all our musical themes.
It was all right, wasn't it? Evolution.
It was
X-Men
pretty good.
Evolution.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And there was a series before X-Men in the 90s. They tried it with something else. Remember, there was like an earlier one. Anyway, sorry, go on.
T-shirts at tpublic.com, shows for the Weekly Planet. But that's the whole podcast.
Yeah, man.
We'll see you next week. Grab that gem.
I got a notification from YouTube, my YouTube channel, that says, James, would you like to do a one-on-one consultation with somebody at YouTube?
Huh,
Should I do it?
No.
I clicked on it. There's a form. I'm not doing
No,
that.
don't do that. No.
Put my phone number
Yeah,
in.
yeah.
Ugh.
What if it's Mr. Beast?
Oh, yeah.
He'll be like, don't do pop culture, do stunts.
Now, sometimes Mason, after this, will record like a short bonus content thing. But instead, today, do you want to just watch a Mr. Beast video?
Let's watch the latest Mr. Beast video. There's an ongoing saga with Mr. Beast because there's that guy who seems to be really good at stuff. And every time we watch the guy, he's like, go through this maze or whatever. And he gets nearly to the end.
Yeah.
And then he falls over and they're like, sorry, you can't have
crapped your pants.
$900,000. And he keeps losing this
And
guy.
we're also, where are they getting these? How do they pick them?
This guy's like a SAS ninja or something.
I don't get
understand.
it.
Why is he so good at stuff? But then why does he always fall at the last hurdle?
And then there was a guy who always had to protect a car or something with a
yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know where they're getting
God,
them.
it's compelling, isn't it?
Sometimes they live in an empty city or something.
But then it's not empty, it turns
No,
out.
they just cleared out all the people.
Anyway, I reckon third time's the charm and this guy's going to win his $1 million or whatever.
I hope he does, Mason, because he's certainly earning it.
But it would be funny.
If he didn't?
If he did.
Ever?
It would also be funny if they were like, but he's back for one more time and then he failed again.
He's going to have to cut out the little thing again.
Because here's the thing. You would in a narrative,
Yeah.
it'd be the third time. He fails twice and at the end
Yeah.
he comes back and he's triumphant. But maybe Mr. Beast, who's the king of engagement metrics,
knows.
maybe he's realized that the way to get 1,000,000 trillion views is to have him lose.
again and again.
And so the
and
guy
again.
is going to lose again. No, just the third time, and then he's gone. He's gone forever.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I would love that.
Because that would turn the narrative on its head.
I love
The
narratives.
very notion of storytelling.
Yeah.
You know, I hope Mr. Beast makes a movie.
God. Me too.
Apparently, he's improved his chocolate.
I heard that. I never
I tried it.
it.
It wasn't very good.
You tried it. You said it tastes like vomit.
I did say that, yes. But I said that positively. I said it tasted like...
It tastes like vomit.
I said it tasted like what Mr. Beast's vomit probably tastes like, and I love that.
Vomit.
Mr. Beast's vomit.
It's a very particular kind of vomit,
I
is it?
probably.
Yeah.
I'm assuming, yeah.
He wouldn't eat real food.
I mean, it tasted bad, but when I put in my mind that it's his vomit.
Do you reckon he eats
Like, that's
food
good.
or he eats like a blended slurry 3 times a day? Do you
I
think
don't
he's
think-
sitting
no, I don't
down
think
and
I don't think
enjoying
he's
it?
I don't think he's a slurry guy. I don't think he's what do you call it? Soylent Green. I don't think he's a Soylent guy.
No?
I think he's a real food guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. God bless him.
God bless him, I think.
And we forgive you, Mr.
We
Beast.
forgive you, Mr. Beast.